Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2.
Good evening and welcome to Carpenter Stadium on a warm, sunny night in Wichita, where tonight ESPN Wichita is excited to bring you Northwest Grizzly football. Tonight from Carpenter, it's the Grizzlies of Northwest High School taking on the South Titans. Hello everybody, my name is Steve Strain along with Kevin Arkin, and welcome in to our pregame show brought to you by HTO. Game number 7 of the season has the Grizzlies coming in with a record of 4-2, and the South Titans coming in with a record of 1-5. The Grizzlies coming off of a pretty impressive win last week. 67-6 was the score in their first ever game at the new stadium at Southeast High School. A game that, like the previous week against Campus, saw the Grizzlies score an early touchdown, have the opponent match it, but then the Grizzlies really turned on the afterburners after that initial touchdown, just like against Campus. They did it last week against Southeast, and the Grizzlies scored the next 61 points after a 6-6 tie. So it's the second to the last regular season test for the Grizzlies. Next week they'll be at home for an interesting matchup against Hayes, but tonight they will try to take care of business on the road against the South Titans. Our pregame show is brought to you by HTO, which sits right in front of the Northwest campus. Stop by and see them. They'll be open until 9 o'clock tonight. Grab your favorite flavor of sweet or unsweet tea. HTO sponsors your Grizzly pregame show. Well, let's welcome in our broadcast partner, Kevin Arkin, who joins us tonight. And Kevin, not to try to put a damper on things, but you know how coaches are perfectionists. You want to be playing your best brand of football going into the postseason, and for a score that was 67-6, that was not always a thing of beauty for the Grizzlies, especially on the defensive end of the football, where Steve Martin and Mark Marinelli, as defensive coordinator, left the starters in the game a little bit longer than he did on the offensive side of the ball. So you know there was a message he was trying to convey to this team in the final stages of the game where they weren't always crisp.
They were not always crisp, and in the third quarter, you recall, Northwest took a timeout. Steve Martin came out to the defense, got him in a huddle, and he kind of told them how the cow ate the cabbage, if you will. He was not happy with what he was seeing, and he wanted it cleaned up immediately, and whatever he said sure worked.
Can you elaborate on how a cow does eat the cabbage?
Oh, that'll be another lesson.
Okay, maybe sometime in the fourth quarter tonight.
There we go.
Look forward to hearing about that. In the meantime, this Grizzly offense does just continue to roll, as on the season, Northwest racking up an average of 533 yards per game, 439 of that on the ground. But Kevin, I bring your attention to the passing game, where Jeremiah Moore is now 38 of 66. So he's well above 50% now for 567 yards, and he's been sitting on one interception now for quite a while. In the meantime, he's up to 6 touchdown passes. We've talked about it. The passing game has to start providing some balance, and I think we continue to see that each week.
Well, and they're throwing the passes in a timely manner. With the ground game being so dominant in the first 6 games, Moore hasn't had the need to pass. And since he doesn't need to pass, the defenses are not expecting him to pass. So when he does throw the ball, he's catching everybody by surprise.
Grizzlies and the South Titans tonight from Carpenter Stadium, and I said it was a warm, sunny night, and it's been relatively warm today, but as the sun goes down, Kevin, it will get considerably cooler. What's interesting about this stadium is it's an east-west stadium, and so if you get that south breeze, you normally get a wind even out of the north, which I think we've got tonight, you're going to get more of a cross breeze here. So the wind, when the wind is normally out of the north or south, does not really favor either team, because a lot of nights, like it looks like it will be tonight, is more of a cross breeze.
And the wind is not blowing very hard. It is not blowing out of the north about 5 miles an hour. It's going to be a cool evening. What will be critical weather-wise will be dew on the field. It's been very humid the last couple of days, and as the sun goes down and things start to cool, dew will form on the field and it will become a slippery surface, and you may also see a couple of balls pop out as they get damp.
All right, the Grizzlies and South tonight on senior night from Carpenter Stadium. In fact, seniors on this South Titan squad being recognized right now. There are quite a few of them. Those part of the pregame festivities here. In the meantime, we will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get some comments Kevin captured from head coach Steve Martin of the Grizzlies. Stay tuned for that, which is brought to you by Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. The Grizzlies and South as more of our HTO pregame show rolls on in a moment. This is Grizzly Football, and it's presented by Mel Hambleton Ford. Wow, Jason saved the day. That right there is what saved it. We'll start doing that from now on.
I wonder why.
It's just more like an Ethernet type connection.
Yeah. Because you don't have to go through the air twice.
Right.
How many bars you got?
2 or 3 now, or 4. Yeah. How about that?
That's a good thing.
The HTO pregame show continues now with our weekly visit with head coach Steve Martin, presented each and every week by Hog Wild Barbecue, 21st and Tyler. Don't be late. They close at 8. The HTO pregame show continues now with our weekly visit with head coach Steve Martin, presented each and every week by Hog Wild Barbecue, 21st and Tyler. Don't be late. They close at 8. Coach, we're winding down the season, but let's look back very briefly at a very workmanlike effort against Southeast High.
Yeah, we challenged our kids to focus on us. We're finally healthy. Last week was the full time we've had a starting unit in on defense and offense, and so we wanted to come out and we wanted to show a complete game. We wanted to be good on special teams. We wanted to be good on offense and defense, and except for a couple big plays on mishap on defense early in the game. I thought our defense played really well. They showed that they have the capabilities of taking over a game. And, our offensive line has showed time and time again that, we can rely on them. Right now we're averaging 480 yards on the game on the ground. So it's nice to see them start gelling here as we get into Game 7. That's what you want to see. You want to start really start getting tightened up by screws. You want to start seeing it fluid, and I really saw that last week, and so we're hoping to make that stretch into tonight.
We didn't have the weights given to us from the Southeast coach, so we don't know what they were, but we did notice very quickly how dominant both of our lines, offense and defense, were against their opponent.
Yeah, it starts up front for us. We've always said that. It's always going to start up front for us. That's where we put a lot of our we put a lot of eggs into that basket with our offense and defensive line play. Coach Thompson, our defensive line coach, has been here with us for 10 years. And, Coach Westerman and Coach Johnson are really familiar, are unfamiliar faces around Northwest, but familiar around the City League. And, we went and got those guys, and those guys are just doing a great job with our O-line. They're playing very, very at a high level. And, they've made a lot of improvements with some of our newcome starters, there. And those guys keep gelling, and they're just doing a great job.
Overall, a total dominant effort against Southeast. One of the things we did notice that you couldn't help but notice that the place kicking unit had some difficulties, especially in the first half.
Yeah, Braden's fighting through some stuff. He's a dual sport guy. He's a he's a soccer player, and he's a little banged up, but he's doing what he can, and he knows that, and he's improving it. We just got to get him to translate what's happening out on the practice field to a Friday night. And, those are the things that we've been working on this week, and we'll continue to work on, is because we do not want to give up that field position. We want to make offenses a drive. And, once he realizes that, he will he can get it. But, other than that, we did miss our long snapper in the game against Southeast. That's why we went for 2 early on after we botched the first snap. And, it just happens. And then you get up a certain point where we're not going to go for 2. We don't want to put it on someone. You start going by 8s instead of by 7s. It gets out of hand real quick. And so, it didn't matter. We wanted to work on that just in case. But, we'll have Connor back snapping this week too. So.
Okay, and this week we look ahead. We play at South at Carpenter Stadium, a great place for a football game because that's what the facility was built for. And South High, admittedly, is also struggling this year. They're kind of rebuilding their program, such as Southeast. Does that change the approach that you have toward the game?
No, absolutely not. I mean, yes, you play the Capons, you play the Bishop Carroll's of the world. We got a Hayes game coming up, but it's always about focus on yourselves, because if you don't do what you're good at and if you don't work on what you're supposed to, all of a sudden you start looking at what they're doing and trying to combat how they do this and they do that. Well, you got to do what you do, and you got to be great at what you do. And so, same thing with tonight is we got to focus on what we do and get some of the kinks out. And, really, I told our guys, next week we're starting with Hayes, a very Hayes side. They're the number 1 seed in 5A going into next week. So, really, we feel like next week starts the playoffs because of the seeding. There's going to be a lot of huge seeding implications next week when it comes to the entire 5A west side of the bracket with a lot of other big games. But, that's what we're doing, is we're focused on ourselves this week and next week. And, here we go, right? Hopefully we can get some momentum going into playoffs.
And you talk about playing in November and that the whole season is about playing in November. And you're right, Hayes being so highly ranked coming in on the last game of the regular season at home, you're really starting your playoffs at home this year.
Yeah, and so it's going to be a fun atmosphere, and we're excited to get that kind of a game on our schedule. We always want to up our schedule, and we've done a great job of that this year. With the schedule that we started out this year, you look at a Bishop Carroll team who was a 1-loss team right now, and their only loss is 8 points to Derby. They actually had a chance to take the lead in that game late. You have a Cape and 1-loss team who lost to Carroll by 6 points the other night in the Holy War, and you got a Heights team who's 5-2, and their only loss is to us, and a 1-loss Andover team. And then you got a East High team who, struggled early because their schedule started out with the Hayes team, and then they started out with us, and, their schedule's tough too. So we went bam, 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 back to back to back, 1 through 4. And, yeah, did we get some bumps and bruises along the way? Absolutely. But, we learned a lot from it. I think our team is a lot better for playing that schedule, and, we'll see how far we've come tonight and next week going into Hayes.
Okay. Wish you the best of luck tonight against the South High Titans. One last question. I always ask it. Do we have anybody hurt?
Yeah, no, we're actually full strength, so it'll be about building momentum and get that going into the playoff season. So it's fun time around here.
Okay. Look forward to a visit before the Hayes game.
Yep, sounds good.
Head coach Steve Martin on our weekly visit, brought to you each and every week by Hog Wild Barbecue, 21st and Tyler. Don't be late. They close at 8. We'll be back with more of the HTO pregame show after this 2-minute timeout. This is Grizzly Football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford.
Banter Automotive is now open at Central and Mays. Come by or shop online and browse our inventory of quality pre-owned vehicles, cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have them all. Banter Automotive Group, now open at our new location just east of Central and Mays.
From kickoff as our HTO pregame show rolls along. Our thanks again for Hog Wild Pit Barbecue for sponsoring Kevin's interview with head coach Steve Martin. All right, it's time now for tonight's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Pizza Ranch, where you can get the country's best chicken on the buffet or delivered to your door. Pizza Ranch sponsors tonight's starting lineups, and here we go. First for Northwest, Jacob Lamb and James Gilbertson are the offensive tackles. Lamb's on the left side, 6'3", 215, a junior. Gilbertson on the right, 6'4", 255. He's a senior. Kevon Stallings and Alex Herrera, the guards. Stallings, 6'3", 265, and a senior. Herrera, 6'2", 280. He's a junior. Nathan Davis is the sophomore center, 6 feet, 255 pounds. The receivers, Trenton Salisbury, Michael Lopez, and Randall Bell. Bell, 6 feet, 180. He's a senior. Lopez, 5'6", 140, just a speedy sophomore. And Salisbury, 5'11", 175, and a sophomore. The 1-2 punch in the backfield, L.J. Phillips, has already rushed for 1,247 yards on the season. He is 5'8", 200 pounds and a junior. And oh, by the way, Sincere Thompson, the sophomore, has only rushed for 655 yards this season, a 9.2 per carry average. He's 5'10", again, 205 pounds and just a sophomore. And the senior quarterback, 5'8", 195 pounds, Jeremiah Moore, who is only thrown for 567 yards this season, but in part because of the gaudy numbers that those running backs have put up, but also because he himself has rushed for 701 yards and 12 touchdowns on the season. There's the Grizzly offense. Now here's Kevin's South defense that will likely have their hands full tonight.
They will indeed have their hands full. We'll take a look at the front three first. The nose tackle, a senior at 230 pounds, 5'7", is Irvin Nunez. The ends on one side are Michael Lee Cox. He is a junior coming in at 6 foot and 225 pounds. And the other end is Asa Berry. He comes in at 180, a lightweight by comparison. He's a sophomore at 6'3". Your linebacking crew, pardon me. Your linebacking crew will start off on the left side. You've got Damian Beaver over there at 5'9", 160. He is a senior. And he in the middle will have Felix Macias, a 5'9", 155 pound senior, and he will be joined in there with Alex Walker, who is a junior at 210, 5'11". On the far right side linebacker is a gentleman who unfortunately is not on our roster, so I can't say anything about him. All I can tell you is his last name is Ross, and that's a familiar name if you're around Northwest Territory. Your cornerbacks, number 3, Terrence Hutton, a 5'7", 155-pound junior on one side. And on the other side, Jose Perez, 5'8", 155-pound senior. Your safeties are T.J. Neal. He is a senior at 170, 5'10", and the other safety, Asher Wagner, 6 foot, 160-pound senior.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. And now here's a look at the Northwest starting defense, the front 3, and they're a good 3. Nate Carter and Caden Ross are the defensive ends. Carter, 6'2", 245. He's a senior. Ross, 6 feet, 220, and a junior. And in the middle, the nose tackle is Trey Burt, 6 feet, 260 pounds. He's a sophomore. The linebackers, Jacob King, Darius Diaz, and Jerome Reagan. King, 5'10", 175 pounds. He's a sophomore, having a tremendous season. Third on the team with 27 tackles. Diaz, 5'11", 190, and a senior in the middle. He also has 27 tackles. And sixth on the team in tackles is Jerome Reagan, 5'11", 220 pounds. He is a senior, but those 23 tackles having missed a couple games as well, as he was out due to injury. The cornerbacks are Jeremiah Harris on the left side, a sophomore, and Dontrell Harris with a team-high 4 interceptions on the other. Dontrell Harris is 6 feet, 170, and a junior. And the Grizzlies also have Ben Heidebrecht at a free safety, 5'11", 165. He's a junior. Derek Robinson is the senior safety, 5'10", 165, and a senior. And also, let's not forget that fantastic nickel who is Zach Morford, leading the team with 41 tackles on the season, 5'10", 190 pounds, and a senior. And now with that South Titan offense, here's Kevin.
And on offense, we'll start with the offensive line. At center is Irvin Nunez. We mentioned him before. He is a two-way player, a senior at 230, 5'7". On the right side, your right guard is Scott Brookhauser, a 6 foot, 215-pound sophomore. He's joined over there by another young man who's not on my roster, so I can't tell you anything about him except that his last name is Benton, and I'm sure he's a very stocky young man as well. On the left side, the left guard is Carlos Sosa, a 6'1", 285-pound senior, and the left tackle is Julius Matzik, a 6'3", 235-pound junior. Your wideouts for South High, another two-way player, Damian Beaver, a 5'9", 160-pound senior, and Cameron Wade, a 5'10", 145-pound sophomore on one side. On the other side, we have Owen Mullen, a 6 foot, 175-pound senior, and joining him, Aubrey Clark, 6'2", 165-pound junior. In the backfield, your quarterback for South High is Caden Neal. Caden Neal is a 5'9", 165-pound junior, and he'll be joined back there by the runner, Marquez Tollfree, a 5'9", 165-pound senior, and that's the starting offense for South High.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. And once again, the starting lineups tonight brought to you by Pizza Ranch at 21st and Tyler, where you can get the country's best pan fried chicken delivered to your door or on the buffet. And Kevin, there are a couple of other names that we want to mention tonight and give some thanks and a nice pat on the back for some of their hard work. So before we go to the break, why don't you mention those?
Well, we're blessed to be joined by members of Shane Monroe's audio-visual class. These students provide production assistance throughout the evening, not only for us on the radio side, but also on the website as well. So joining us tonight from the AV class, I want to give some recognition both to Alex Stone and Stephen Villa. They'll be giving you some great pictures and some great computer op as well.
Are you going to mention Shane, or do you want
I did mention Shane. Shane is here. Did I not mention that he's here?
You mentioned him, but we want to thank
Shane is here.
He's their instructor.
He's the boss.
And he puts his hard work into these Friday nights as well for the YouTube stream, so we appreciate him and his students as well. Well done, and thanks to all three of those for being here tonight and for all their work throughout the season, making the YouTube stream possible. If you're listening to us on the ESPN Wichita website, you can also catch this game with pictures on the Northwest Grizzly YouTube site. All right, our HTO pregame show rolls on in a moment. When we come back, we'll have Kevin's keys to tonight's game as well as the opening kickoff, so stay tuned as Grizzly football continues in a moment.
That was hard. Flipping back and forth.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Welcome back to Carpenter Stadium. Grizzlies have just come out onto the field in preparation for tonight's opening kickoff, which is just a few minutes away now as our HTO pregame show starts to wind down. HTO right in front of the Northwest campus. Stop by and see them. Grab your favorite tea or snack at HTO right in front of the Northwest campus. Well, it's time for tonight's Keys to Tonight's contest, which are brought to you by Central Auto Repair and Electric, where you can leave your keys with them, and they'll give you a ride where you need to go. Central Auto Repair and Electric at 975 Northwest Street. And now, with tonight's keys, here's Kevin Arkin.
And for South High, it's pretty simple. They have to keep Northwest offense off the field, and the only way they're going to do that is long, grinding, sustained, time-consuming drives. If they cannot do that, Steve, they are not going to be successful. As far as Northwest is concerned, pretty much the same thing I'm going to say is that I say every week, and that is ball security is key. They need to prevent the turnovers, prevent the sloppy play, execute the fundamentals, and they will be fine.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. And you also mentioned long, sustained drives for the opponents just about every week, but why not? Somebody's got to find a way to keep the ball out of the hands of the Grizzly offense, and Campus, to their credit, probably did as good a job of anybody here in the last few weeks.
They did, because of their triple option offense, which we had not seen before. They were able to sustain drives by grinding out first downs on running plays.
All right, Grizzly captains about to meet out at midfield for tonight's opening coin toss. Second to the last regular season game for the Grizzlies. And Kevin, I thought you brought it up very well to Steve Martin in your interview with him, that really the playoffs for Northwest kind of start next week in a sense because of the intensity that game against Hayes should bring. The number one seed in the West bracket is Hayes, and you don't find them in the top 10 of the polls based on some of the competition that they face over there in the western side of the state, but still, you can't overlook that very good Hayes team.
And we have to bring our A game next week. If we play sloppy like we did in the third quarter against Southeast, we do that next week, we're not going to be in good shape. We're not going to win that one by 60 points doing that.
And I think as that lends itself to what tonight's game might bring, I think the Grizzlies probably have some added emphasis on cleaning up some of those mistakes tonight. You don't want to go into next week still worrying about some of the careless concentration, focus type mistakes they've made in the past.
Well, we don't grade the various sections of the team, but if we had to grade the special teams unit last week, they would not get a very high grade based on their performance throughout the game. They need to clean that up tonight. Place kicking in particular needs to be accurate. They need to get their extra points when they get their opportunities, and they need to keep the kickoffs in bounds.
Well, we have some breaking news as we look out at the coin toss, Kevin, and this is not information we had going in, but Darius Diaz is not in uniform tonight. He is out there on the field for the coin toss with the captains, but he is in street clothes. The coin toss is taking place right now. It's brought to you by Phil's Coins. Get the best price on gold, silver, and bullion at Phil's Coins, 9344 West Central. The Grizzlies have won the toss, and they have elected to receive, and once again, no deferring by Steve Martin, Kevin.
Well, that's worked 3 weeks in a row. Why not again tonight?
And it'll be interesting to see, though, defensively, how the Grizzlies are able to respond without Darius Diaz, who again is heading off the field. And
yes, you're right. He is wearing street clothes, and that has to have been a recent development. I've had my visit with Coach Martin day before yesterday, and he said nothing about that. So something might have happened in practice, or there may be some other issue.
And it'll be interesting to watch because he was out against Capon, and if you'll remember, Capon gashed the Grizzlies right up the middle.
They did.
During that contest. You would have to think it's not disciplinary because he probably wouldn't be out there with the four captains, although it's hard to say for sure. You never know. But nonetheless, hopefully number 4 is back in uniform next week. All right, we're about ready to go. The Grizzlies win the coin toss. They'll move from our left to right in their road white jerseys, white pants with blue numbers and blue and gold helmets. South is in their home reds, red jerseys, red pants with white numerals, blue helmets with the red Titan logo on them. They will move from our right to left. Wade Cameron is the kicker for South. He's going to send this one across the turf, and it's going to be picked up by the Grizzlies and returned all the way out near the 40-yard line, and the ball popped loose out of the hands of the returner, and it's South ball. The Titans are saying. The officials are now huddling, and they're going to talk about it. Michael Lopez was the return man, Kevin. He got popped hard. Speaking of injuries, he's coming off hobbling, and South may have the football. The officials still have not told us.
They have not. They're still trying to figure it out. And yes, it is South High's ball.
So what a turn of events to start this game. Your opening kickoff brought to you by Jensen Chiropractic, by the way, across the street from Northwest High School, down a couple doors from Ziggy's Pizza. Susan Jensen does physicals for just $20. Jensen Chiropractic sponsors your opening kickoff, which was fumbled by the Grizzlies and recovered by South.
And South High's recoverer, unfortunately, is not on my roster. I'd love to give him credit, but I don't know who it was.
So here comes the Titan offense. T.J. Neal is their senior quarterback, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Throws a quick little pass on the left side on 1st and 10. Incomplete to Neil Caden, who is a junior receiver, and it's 2nd down. Derek Robinson in coverage.
Derek met him just as the ball got there and drove him straight to the turf.
So 2nd and 10. South with the football from the northwest 40-yard line. That's where it was recovered after the Michael Lopez fumble to start the game on the opening kickoff. Neal out of the shotgun again. This time he'll swing it out to the near side, and I think he's got that same target, Caden, who's got it, and he's inside the 40 down to about the 36-yard line. Jacob King having a whale of a sophomore season, just made his 28th tackle. That's now 3rd on the team all by himself. It's 3rd and 6.
And here's an early test for the defense, Steve, on 3rd and long.
South from our right to left at the 36-yard line of the Grizzlies. Neal out of the shotgun, one running back, and it's going to be a zone read, and Neal's going to keep it. He's going to turn right, and he's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage by Jerome Reagan. Jerome Reagan on the stop for tackle number 24 on the season. It's 4th down for South.
Reagan read that absolutely perfectly and held his ground, took one step to his right, brought down the runner.
You know, we said that a lot against campus, how he did such a good job of staying at home. And
he did.
Probably a similar play right there on the zone read, and he stayed at home and made the stop. 4th down, 6. South will go for it. From the Grizzly 36, Neal is back, scrambling. He's going to run. He's got the first down, upended inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. The chains will move, though. That's going to be a first down. Derek Robinson finally brings him down, but not before a chance transmissions first down for South.
Neal had a lot of room to run on the right side. It was wide open over there. All he had to do was scamper and pick up an easy first down.
So that was a gain of about 7 yards. 1st and 10 for South. From our right to left they go. A minute 40 seconds into the game, scoreless, and South is on the move after recovering the opening kickoff by Michael Lopez for a fumble. Neal out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it again. Runs in right behind tackle. The tackle on the right side. Reagan's there again. Not much doing. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 61 degrees your temperature at kickoff with a light breeze around 10 miles an hour out of the north, but not much wind at all. That's a left to right wind as you are the South Titans moving toward the east end zone. Again, this football stadium runs east and west, so the wind out of the north is a cross breeze for these two teams. Your game time temperature brought to you by Joaquin Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, where they do implants and treat patients of all ages. They're located at the corner of Central and Woodchuck. Joaquin Family and Cosmetic Dentistry sponsors your game time temperature. 2nd and 9, shotgun for Neal, throws down the right side, incomplete. Good coverage downfield for Northwest by Jeremiah Harris. And he was draped all over the intended receiver, Kevin.
The ball was overthrown, but he was not going to catch it anyway. Harris had perfect position on the play.
And that was probably by design to overshoot that one because Aubrey Clark was the intended receiver, and he goes 6'2". But a nice job by Harris at 5'9" of, again, draping himself all over the intended receiver, Clark, for the incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 9 now for South from the Grizzly 27-yard line. Neal, shotgun, he's going to run the option. He's going to toss it out to the near side, and the running back is going to get dragged down by Ben Heidebrecht from behind at the 16-yard line, but that'll move the chains. Beaver Damien is the ball carrier there for a chance transmissions first down.
The defense is bending. We'll have to see if they break here.
And not the kind of start that Steve Martin, Mark Marinelli would have scripted for this one. A fumble on the opening kickoff, and now South is 16 yards away from the end zone, moving from our right to left. Shotgun here for the Titans. 4 receivers, 3 of them out to the far side, and this will be a handoff. And again, I think this is Damien. Not much doing there, maybe a couple of yards to the 15-yard line before he stacked up, and Jerome Reagan once again leading the way. Jerome's off to a nice start to the night, Kevin.
He's been busy already here in this first drive.
2nd down and 9, 8.5 to go. First quarter scoreless, but the South Titans are on the move. Out of the shotgun is going to be Neal. Running back is to his right. And again, that's going to be Damien. High snap, Neal hauls it in, throws a fade down the near side to the end zone, and it's incomplete.
I think he was throwing that one away.
Pretty good coverage downfield is why, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Dontrell Harris had the coverage in the corner of the end zone. There's no way that was going to be completed. He did the best thing he could do, and that is throw it out of the end zone.
I think that was Aubrey Clark who the intended receiver was. But again, the Grizzlies have done a good job on him. It's 3rd and 9, and you would think that this is 4-down territory for South, so you don't necessarily need all 9 yards right here. See if they can set up 4th and manageable, if nothing else. Out of the shotgun is Neal on 3rd and 9, and indeed he will hand it off, and they're going to plow forward for a few. That's Damien again. He'll make his way to the 12-yard line. So indeed, it is 4th down. They need 6 from the Grizzly 12-yard line. And that was Romello Golston in on the stop. And decision time for South, and they have left their offense on for now.
I don't think there's any decision to be made here. 3 points against Northwest is like a shutout.
And we saw that, we've seen it a few times. Teams know they cannot exchange field goals for touchdowns against this high-powered Grizzly attack. Northwest has put at least 50 points on the board in the last 3 weeks. So here we go, 4th and 5 from the 11. South will go for it from the Grizzly 11. High snap, Neal hauls it in, throws out to the right side, pass batted away. Nicely done, Derek Robinson. And the Grizzlies bend, but they don't break, and South turns it over on downs.
Robinson made a beautiful play, reaching his arm out without interfering and knocking the ball out of play.
Yeah, he had his left hand behind the receiver and then swiped the ball away with his right hand, reaching around in front, just like Kevin described. So South turns it over on downs. So here come the Grizzlies. Their offense on the field for the first time tonight. 7:21 to go, first quarter. We are scoreless. Northwest from our left to right. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun. He's got Sincere Thompson behind him. And L.J. Phillips lined up as the H-back as Moore gets the shotgun snap. And Jeremiah wants to run with this one, and he will. And he's spilled across the 20 out to about the 21-yard line, close to first down yardage. In fact, they say he got just enough to move the chains. Well, actually, they'll say now they move the chains, I believe. The official said come on, but the chains didn't move until after that play started. Now on 1st and 10, running play right up the middle, Phillips. He'll pick up 3.
Phillips on the first play of this drive tried a hard count. South High didn't bite.
They've been watching Jeremiah on film. He's gotten pretty proficient at those hard counts. Handoff left side here. Sincere Thompson spilled at the 26-yard line. He'll pick up a couple, and that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 6. Well, we'll call it 5 for Northwest. Ball at the 26-yard line. Grizzlies 74 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. From our left to right they go. 6.5 to go. First quarter scoreless. Option here on 3rd and 6. Jeremiah Moore tosses it over to the right side. He's got L.J. Phillips. And Phillips a nice gain across the 45 out to the 50 and dropped at the 49-yard line of South. There's a Grizzly first down.
27 yards on that run for Phillips. Beautiful play.
An option toss it was on 3rd and 6 for the first down. Now a handoff right up the middle on 1st and 10. That's Phillips again, dropped at the 43-yard line. A 6-yard gain on first down. It's 2nd and 4, and the Grizzly offense clicking now. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage comes the Grizzly offense, and it's Jeremiah Moore. 3 receivers out of the shotgun. He'll throw out to the left side. He's got his man. That's the speedy Lopez, and Michael Lopez at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Grizzlies. Well, so much for an opening kickoff fumble and injury. Michael Lopez looked healthy there. 43 yards to the house, and the Grizzlies are in the end zone first.
Just exactly what the doctor ordered. A defensive stop followed by a quick, thorough drive.
It was a receiver screen, and Lopez was in the slot on the left side, and Jeremiah Moore just flipped it to him, and Lopez got a couple of blocks, used his breakaway speed, and 43 yards later, he's in the end zone. Braden Sauter's extra point is good. 5:46 to go. First quarter, the score, Northwest 7, South nothing. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
Banter Automotive is now open at Central and Mays. Come by or shop online and browse our inventory of quality
You're going to be able to see.
cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have them all. Banter Automotive Group, now open at our new location just east of Central and Mays.
I'll lean forward.
Now what I could do is write the number.
Well, nice Grizzly drive on their first of the game, and Northwest has a 7-0 lead with 5:46 to go here in the first quarter. Michael Lopez, what a start for him. Adventurous, Kevin, to fumble the opening kickoff, get hurt, hobble off the field, and come back and score the first touchdown of the game. Marquez Tolfree is back deep for South, and interesting right there, that Braden Sauter kickoff was heading toward the sideline.
That would have been out of bounds easily.
Well, I think he was thinking he was afraid Northwest might recover it if it took the wrong bounce. So Tolfree caught it and ran out of bounds at the 18-yard line. So it worked out well for the Grizzlies nonetheless. But I think that was his dilemma. If he let it bounce out of bounds, I think he was afraid
it might bounce back in instead of going out.
And probably you're looking at the ball and not Northwest running downfield and didn't want to chance it. But you're right, I think it would have gone out of bounds.
I think that would have gone out. I really do. But I understand toll-free making a split decision and wanting to be careful with the ball, so I can't argue with it.
The difference being 17 yards, it would have been up at the 35. Instead, he ran out of bounds at the south, 18. So the Titan offense on the field. There will be a flag before this play. The play clock is at 0. Looks like we might have a delay of game.
It took them forever to get the offensive unit out there.
Delay of game, number 2, offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
So that'll move it back to the 13-yard line of South from our right to left, trailing Northwest 7-0. 5:45 to go first quarter. Boy, you hate to see that after a kickoff, too.
Yes, there's no excuse for running out the play clock, getting your unit on the field.
So 1st and 15 for South. Out of the shotgun is TJ Neal. 3 receivers, slots on the left. Neal's going to keep it himself, run right up the middle. Not a bad gain. He's out near the 20-yard line, and he'll get all 5 yards lost back, plus 1 for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Zach Morford in on the stop. It's 2 tackles tonight already for Zach, bringing him to a whopping season total of 43.
He is just having an amazing defensive year.
2nd down. They'll actually call it 8 for the Titans from the 20-yard line of South. 3 receivers again for the Titans. Neal out of the shotgun. He's also got a receiver, a 4th on the right side, but Neal is going to keep this shotgun himself and peel around the right side and get chased out of bounds. Actually, though, near the line to gain before he was run out there. That's close to a first down. Well, they'll say he stepped out actually at the 25-yard line. I beg your pardon.
I think it's a yard short.
And I think it was Jeremiah Harris who ran him out of bounds. They'll say the 26-yard line, so 3rd and 2, we'll call it. They need the 28. Shotgun formation for South. 3 receivers, slots on the left. Neal back throws a quick pass out to the near side. It's going to be caught, and the receiver is popped and dropped right near the line to gain. He might have fallen across it. Dontrell Harris on the tackle, but that will move the chains for South.
He needed 2 and got 3.
Brendan Kirkhart was the receiver who made the catch and moved the chains. Chance Transmissions sponsors your South Titan first downs tonight. Not far from here at the 6300 block of South Seneca. Our thanks to Chance Transmissions for sponsoring Grizzly football. 1st and 10 South from their own 29-yard line. Neal, shotgun. He wants to run, and he can run, and he's got some space across the 35 all the way out near the 40. In fact, he's at the 40. The chains will move again. Another Chance Transmissions first down after a run of 11 before Jerome Reagan once again there for the stop.
South High's offense is on the move again.
Tell you what, this is a 1-5 South team, but
they're not playing like they're 1-5.
Their offense has moved well. Got the football at the Grizzly 40 on their first drive. They got near the 10-yard line before turning it over on downs, but they run this read option offense pretty well, particularly their quarterback TJ Neal, but they've executed on their pass plays a couple of times in addition. Neal's going to keep it here. Now toss it out to the right side on a little option, and that'll be good for about 5 yards on that play.
Jerome Reagan again on the tackle. He and Morford have both been busy tonight.
Beaver Damien with the carry. They'll say he picks up 4, 2nd down and 6. Quick first quarter, as you would expect, with these two teams running the ball as well and as often as they do. 3:18 and counting first quarter. Northwest with a 7-0 lead. Grizzlies trying to get to 5-2 before wrapping up the regular season next week at home. South with a football at their own 44-yard line as they approach the line of scrimmage. They'll send out 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Neal is back and rolling to the right. He's being chased, and near the line again, he runs out of bounds, and a good job again by TJ Neal, the senior quarterback, of running the option and nearly getting a first down.
Caden Ross nearly got him in the backfield, but speed of Neal is just too much.
Well, he does have some pretty good wheels, and you can tell that by the fact that defensively, Kevin, he plays defensive back. So you know Neal's got some speed, and he showed it there. 3rd down and a yard from the south, 49-yard line. Neal out of the shotgun again. Let's see if he just keeps it, and he does. Around the left side, gets a good block from his running back into Grizzly territory, and finally dropped at the 47-yard line, but the chains will move again before Zach Morford is able to come in and stop him. So
Titans are executing their key to the game very well here so far in the first quarter.
Which you said was ball control, keep it away from the Grizzly offense. And they're doing that. This drive started inside their own 20-yard line. Now they're at the Grizzly 47. 1st down and 10, TJ Neal. He's going to hand it off. Here's Damian stuck at the line of scrimmage and right at the 45-yard line. That means a gain of 2. A host of Grizzlies were there, but Caden Ross and Zach Morford, the first 2, who will get probably credit for half a tackle each.
2nd and 8 coming up for the Titans.
Good team defense by the Grizzlies to hold that play to only a couple of yards.
You wonder if there was an adjustment made because they handled it better that time. And here we go. 2nd down and 8 south. Shotgun Neal. Fakes the handoff. Zone read around the right side. Reagan drags him down from behind at the 44-yard line. Good defense again by Northwest. Maybe starting to figure some things out. It's 3rd and long.
Reagan just shot into the backfield and followed Neal and got one arm around him to pull him down.
Again, no Darius Diaz for Northwest tonight. He went out during the coin toss and street close. Tucker Ross is the starting middle linebacker tonight for Northwest, as it turns out. 3rd and 7 south here from the Grizzly 44. Neal back, quick throw, right side pass is going to be caught at about the 40-yard line. And for the second time tonight, that's Kirkhart on the catch. He'll be shy of the 1st down, but close enough you would think that South will go for it again.
There's no question they'll go for it. They don't gain much with a punt here.
Being that the line of scrimmage is the Grizzly 39-yard line. 4th and 2. Under 45 seconds to go first quarter. Northwest 7, South nothing, but the Titans of South on the move. Big play early here, 4th and 2 from the Grizzly 39. Hard count for Neal. The Grizzlies don't jump. Play clock down to 8, and South will call a timeout. So we'll keep it right here on a fairly significant play early in this game, Kevin, because once again, as we've seen, this Grizzly team has been able to get matched in the first quarter and then just run away from teams. But if South can continue to move the chains and pop it in for 7 here, hey, it's game on.
They're picking up 3, 4, 5 yards every play, and that's all you need to get a big drive going. And on this last play, they called timeout after trying the Jeremiah Moore tactic of a hard count, and it didn't work.
Now, let's flip it around. Let's say they don't pick up the 1st down. You're giving Northwest the football out near midfield. They could make very quick work of that drive. Not at all second-guessing the decision here to go for it, but I'm saying this is a pivotal play, I think, early in the game.
It is, and the fact that it's near midfield, I don't think makes all that much difference. It doesn't take Northwest very much to pick up 30 yards.
Yeah, that's many times one Jeremiah Moore option keeper. You're exactly right.
That's all it takes.
All was it 2 seconds on the clock in the first half last week, and we predicted a run from the 20-yard line. That's what he did and scored.
Exactly.
How about that? 4th and 2 here, though. Here we go. From the Grizzly 39, South will go for it. TJ Neal out of the shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's going to pump fake and run with it, and he's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage. He won't get there. The Grizzlies come in with a big defensive play, and for the second time tonight, South has turned it over in Northwest territory. I thought that was Reagan that got in there initially, but there were actually a couple. It might have been the first one anyway that slowed him down, and somebody else finished him off. Isaiah Fawcett
finished him off.
There's a guy's name we haven't called a lot this season.
No, we have not.
So the Grizzlies from our left to right, 60 yards away from the Stroud's end zone, will take it 1st and 10 around the left side. Here's a handoff, and this is going to be a nice play that's going to go into South territory at the 48-yard line before Sincere Thompson is brought down. He picked up 12 yards on that carry, brought down by Ross Robinson. First and 10 Grizzlies, quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Handoff this time, it'll be L.J. Phillips coming right. And he's going to get spilled after about a 10-yard pickup, just enough to move the chains. 2 carries and 22 yards for the Grizzlies. Sirion Hennigan is in on the tackle, but not before another Grizzly first down. Northwest moving quickly, and now whistles, and we may have a timeout called. Oh, the end of the quarter. Got here so quick. 12 minutes in the books from Carpenter. The score, Grizzlies 7, South nothing, but Northwest, when we return, will be on the move. You're listening to Grizzly Football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
1 quarter down.
Man, they get going so fast you forget about everything. Ready to start the second quarter with the Northwest Grizzlies on the move. From our right to left, Northwest will move in quarter number 2, leading South by the score of 7-0, and the Grizzlies will move from our right to left, 38 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. First and 10 for Jeremiah Moore here. Out of the shotgun, he's got L.J. Phillips to his left. High snap over Moore's head, and he's got to fall on it back in South in Grizzly territory, all the way back at the, well, they'll say the 50-yard line.
Well, our key to the game, ball security, not going so well for the offense here in the first half.
And that's a loss of 12 yards for Northwest on that play. So just like that, second down and 22 for Northwest. And that one hurts. So on second and 22, Jeremiah Moore is going to keep it himself around the right side. This is a big gain. He's inside the 20, the 10, to the 5. Did he get to the end zone? No.
Got to the 1.
How about that confidence in your offense? On
From
second and
midfield, he runs
22,
49 yards.
on second and 22, Jeremiah Moore all the way to the 1-yard line. First and goal, Grizzlies. Now Moore looks over to the sideline. Did somebody say it didn't take the Grizzlies long to score? Here's Moore. Fakes right, moves left, sticks his shoulder down. Did he get across? He's close, but I think he's going to be a yard shy. It's second down.
They're going to spot the ball on the 1-foot line. Jeremiah Moore got stood up.
So it'll be second down and goal from the 1. Moore is going to hand off this time. He's going to hand it off. Touchdown Grizzlies. L.J. Phillips made it look easy from a yard out in behind right guard, and the Grizzlies lead 13-0. And for L.J. Phillips, that is touchdown number 17 on the season.
L.J. made that one look really easy.
And now Braden Sauter on to attempt the extra point that was nearly blocked. One of the special teams players for South hustled in, almost got there, but the kick is through. 10:45 to go, second quarter. The new score, Northwest 14, South nothing. This is Grizzly Football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
That was Northwest's definition of a long, methodical drive.
It was.
5 plays.
And that's because they went 12 yards backwards first.
That's right, because of the bad snap. Toll free.
10:45 left, second quarter. Northwest has scored a touchdown now in each quarter, and it's the Grizzlies 14 and the South Titans nothing. Steve Strain, Kevin Arkin with you on a nice Friday night of football from Carpenter Stadium in South Wichita.
Beautiful night.
Really is. Braden Sauter will kick this one off. It's going to be short and caught by one of the up men for South, who's going to get hurdled, flipped in the air, ball's on the turf, and the Grizzlies come away with it.
Ben Heidebrecht recovered the fumble.
And he had the easy part because the return man went airborne across the 30-yard line like a high hurdler. One of the Grizzlies came in and upended him, and the ball got dislodged in the process, and Heidebrecht was right there to fall on it. Just like that, the Grizzlies with the football, 31 yards from the Stroud's end zone. From our right to left they go, leading 14-0 already.
There's your special teams play.
Jeremiah Moore, shotgun back. He wants the end zone in one play. Has a man there, laying out at the goal line is his receiver. Did he catch it? No, it's incomplete. Takari Brown with a great diving effort. Couldn't quite come up with the diving catch.
And he did do a great sales job, holding the ball as if he had caught it.
Ball incomplete. Second and 10.
And hey, why not? You like Steve Martin's approach, though. Get the turnover in plus territory. Go for the jugular right away. Second and 10 Grizzlies. High snap. Jeremiah Moore deflects it, then comes down with it, turns around the right side and runs. He has some space inside the 30 down to the 24-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards, Kevin. That looked very ominous, like the previous play that was snapped over his head on the previous drive, I should say.
He almost lost that one as well. He did a good job to corral it.
Instead, it turns out to be a nice gain of 7 yards. 3rd and 3 Grizzlies from the 24 of South. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun, now peers over his shoulder at Steve Martin to get the play. 2 receivers out to the near side. 2 running backs in the backfield as well. Snap to Moore, handoff Phillips. LJ up the middle, slicing. Now it takes 3 South Titans to bring him down at the 15-yard line, but that'll be a gain of 9, and it'll move the chains. A Grizzly first down. Cameron Wade in on the stop.
As you said, he carried 3 players with him, and Wade was the only one who was low enough to bring him down.
1st and 10 from the South 15. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun. He's going to hand it off. This is going to be Phillips, dragged down from behind. Nice play. Diallo Watson, who's a senior defensive back, getting into the backfield in a hurry, and not much doing on that play. Second down.
He really sniffed that one out on defense.
2nd and 10 Grizzlies. Moore out of the shotgun. Zone read, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's going to get spilled inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down.
They can get a first down at the 4 without scoring.
And if they don't go too far backwards, the Grizzlies won't be attempting any field goals here. It's 3rd down and 4 from the South 8-yard line. Under 9 minutes to go, first half. Grizzlies up 14-0 and knocking on the door for more. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun has the snap. He hands it off to Thompson, who's dragged down from behind in the backfield. What a play. And that was Damian Beaver, the running back, who does a good job defensively there, and it's 4th down.
And it's 4th down and 3. No gain on that play, so Grizzlies keeping their offense on the field, foregoing a field goal try.
Well, it'd be pretty deflating if they don't get some points here, considering they started this drive just outside the 30. 4th down and a few. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun snap, comes right, cuts back to the left, crosses the goal line, touchdown Grizzlies. Jeremiah Moore from 8 yards out, and for Moore, you can chalk up another touchdown for him. That is his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. It's 20-0, Northwest with the lead.
The front line just blew a hole open for him to waltz through.
He started right, then cut back to the left, and found an easy drop to the end zone from 4. Sauter's extra point might have been deflected. It barely trickled over, but it was through. 8:06 to go, second quarter. The new score, Northwest 21, South nothing. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
Bad snap.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay, thanks.
East leading Wichita North 24-0. May leading Derby 14-0. Grizzlies to kick off. 21-3
Grizzlies go 31 yards and pick up their 3rd touchdown of the night. They lead South by the score of 21-0, and for a rare time, Braden Sauter wants to kick one off deep, and he gets it all the way back inside the 5-yard line, where Marquez Tolfree returns it out to about the 24 and dropped by Zach Morford, who's doing it on special teams. All right, Kevin Arkin, are you ready? Hold your breath for this one. First half score from Derby. Mays 14, Derby nothing.
Wow, that is a surprise.
We'll keep you posted on that one throughout the night. Derby, that 6A power, seems to steamroll everybody just about every week, but having a hard time with Mays. Speaking of, that's who our friend Joe Thrush's son plays for. Joe Thrush at Taco Prano on 21st Street, thanks to him and his sponsorship of Grizzly football on the radio. 50 years, locally owned and operated. Taco Prano. 1st and 10 South from their own 24-yard line. From our left to right they go. And TJ Neal, the quarterback, is back for South. Throws one down the far sideline. He's got a man there. That pass is caught. A double team on a fade, and it was caught anyway by Damian Beaver for a big gain into Grizzly territory.
Harris and Heidebrecht both on coverage on that play, and the receiver leaped into the air to snag that one down.
TJ Neal dropped one in the basket, as they say, for a Chance Transmissions first down in Grizzly territory at the Northwest 46. Shotgun formation for Neal here. 4 receivers, 3 out to the right, and he'll hand it off, and this running play doesn't get far. Trey Birch, the first man in on the stop there. Got some help from Morford, and that'll bring up second down. No gain on the play, so it's at the 46-yard line. Clock running, 7:14 to go in a quick first half. 21-0, Northwest has the lead. Shotgun here for Neal. 3 receivers out to the near side, 1 to the far. That's where he's looking on the far side. Overthrown this time and incomplete. And that time it was Beaver with a couple of steps on his man. He was a little more open, but the throw too far out in front of him, incomplete.
Beaver got 2 steps behind Jeremiah Harris, and had the ball been on target, that would have been a touchdown.
He could have built a dam in between him and the defender. 3rd down and 10. Did you just now get it?
Yes.
From the 46-yard line of the Grizzlies, 3rd and 10 for South. Shotgun formation for Neal. Throws, quick drop right side, incomplete. A lot of traffic out there on the near side. He was looking for Caden Neal, and the pass was incomplete, and it's 4th down. Now, going for it here when you need 10 might be a little bit of a different deal, Kevin.
It might be, and we'll see how they play it. I think I still would go for it being down by 3 touchdowns.
Or maybe go for the hard count, steal 5 yards, then if you don't get the hard count, I think now they're going to punt it away. As
it looks like they are.
Looks like their punter Neal is also, their quarterback Neal is also the punter, and he's going to punt it. But first, timeout's been called by South. There were still 7 seconds on the play clock. They didn't have enough players on the field.
Yeah, they only had 10 men out there.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a dangerous proposition when you've got the athleticism of the Northwest Grizzlies. You need 11 guys. You really need about 14 sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
Although, again, let's give South credit. For a team that's 1-5 on the season, Kevin, I'm pretty impressed with what we've seen so far.
I am too. The South High's offense, very methodical, very productive so far in the first half. The only thing they haven't been able to do is find the end zone.
And, hey, Northwest had 60 points at halftime last week, and they're sitting with 21 about midway through the second quarter. So
part of that is Northwest's fault.
Granted, point well taken.
Fumble the opening kickoff.
But South has been competitive tonight.
South has been very competitive on the field, yes.
All right, they will punt it away on 4th down and 10. Grizzlies, as usual, will send back 2. Ben Heidebrecht is 1. Calling for a fair catch on this punt, bobbling it, and then securing it at the 23-yard line. And that is a 23-yard punt, no return. 6:42 to go, second quarter. Grizzlies 21, South nothing.
Oops.
Hey, Michael. Right after this commercial, can you throw it back? That was not intended for a break. I was just giving the score. It's all right.
Flag.
Encroachment, number 7.
Hard count.
5 yards from the previous spot. It is a first down.
Well, Jeremiah Moore comes out and just got a hard count as the Grizzlies were about to run their first play from scrimmage, so they got a free 5 yards. It's 1st and 5, Northwest at their own 28-yard line. Northwest leading 21-0 about midway through the second quarter. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun, 3 receivers, slots on the right, and he's going to hand it off in a huge hole for L.J. Phillips. 40, 30, 20, 10. No one will get him. LJ could run to the East Coast if he wanted. This time he goes 72 yards for a touchdown. 4th score of the night for the Grizzlies.
Nobody anywhere near him from the time he got the ball until he got to the end zone.
And I said that because he reminded me of Forrest Gump, the way he was just running away from everybody.
He was.
Man, a burst of speed. And LJ, you knew it from the time he got to about the 45-yard line of Northwest. He was not going to get stopped. Sauter's extra point, again, barely creeps over the crossbar. 6.5 to go, second quarter. Northwest 28, South nothing. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford. Didn't he remind you of Run Forrest?
Run Forrest,
And he was just running away from everybody.
You good?
The band has to stop it.
My good.
28-0 Grizzlies with the lead. 6.5 to go. Second quarter. Braden Sauter punches at this one, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. And the Grizzlies will bring their defense onto the field now, trying to preserve this shutout in what now is a 4-touchdown lead. And we've talked so many times about how quick this Grizzly offense can strike. And how about that? You get 5 yards on the free play, and then the seas parted for L.J. Phillips, who literally just ran away from everybody on the next play.
And this touchback, I believe, is the first touchback of the season for Sauter.
They tried something different right there. It wasn't a squib kick. It wasn't obviously that high short kick. He kicked more of a low line drive there that bounced into the end zone. It was a little bit different approach for Braden as the Grizzlies continue to try different approaches to their kickoffs. It's 1st and 10 here for South. TJ Neal's going to run the option, and just at the last minute he tosses it, and that was a good decision. Nice play for the Titans as this is going to be out near the line to gain. In fact, they do pick up the first down after a 12-yard run. And that was Jeremiah Harris who made the stop. And Nate Carter helped him as well, but a first down on a nice running play on the option. I think that was Kirkhart on the carry. But it was a gain of 12. That's a Chance Transmissions first down. 28-0 Northwest with a lead. 1st and 10 South from their own 32. This is going to be Neal throwing a little swing pass out to the near side. Not much doing there. Cameron Wade, the receiver, caught it behind the line of scrimmage and was dropped behind the line at the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd and long.
Dontrell Harris and Ben Heidebrecht combined on the stop, and Harris actually had an arm. I thought he was going to pull the ball out.
And now that'll bring up 2nd down and 12 for South. From our left to right they go at the near hash from their own 30-yard line. 5.5 to go, first half. Grizzlies up 28-0. TJ Neal, shotgun. He's going to roll right and get chased out of bounds. Chased by Golston out, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long. Or excuse me, Jerome Reagan, who chased him out.
Big play here for the defense for Northwest. If they can get a stop here with a long yardage play on 4th down, they'll no doubt punt it and give the Grizzlies good field position. But they've got to make the stop.
Yeah, the Grizzlies with a chance to get a 3 and out here. Or actually, I beg your pardon, South did get the first down on the first play. But now, 3 plays later, they're 3rd and 11. Neal, shotgun back, rolling to the left, throws to the left side, into traffic, too high, and incomplete. And indeed, after the first down, 3 more plays for South, but they net -2 yards. It's 4th down and 12, maybe 11. And the Titans will likely punt it away here.
They're not going to go for it this deep in their own territory, that's for sure. Not with this kind of yardage.
So TJ Neal will drop back at his own 21-yard line. And the Grizzlies will send Heidebrecht back along with Derek Robinson standing at about their own 40-yard line. High twisting punt that's going to take a Grizzly bounce at about the 44-yard line. It goes out of bounds, and the Grizzlies will have it right there, their own 44. 25-yard punt, no return. 5:06 to go. Second quarter, Grizzlies 28, South nothing.
Grizzlies in good field position here. Plenty of time to tack onto that lead.
Should I say it again?
Go ahead. You said it last week.
At about the same time.
At about the same time.
There's time for 2 Grizzly scores, Kevin.
Yep. I'm not going to argue with you this time because I was wrong last week.
Yeah, we'll see. And, you know, a lot of teams will get into ball control mode. They'll take their time, work the play clock down. Even in the second quarter, up 28-0. This team usually doesn't start doing that until later on in the game.
No, they do not.
1st and 10 at their own 44, and here's Jeremiah Moore wanting to pass, rolling out to the right. He's got a man wide open at the 50, and there's plenty of room here. And inside the 40, inside the 30 is the receiver. That's Randall Bell all the way to the 10, to the 5, to the near side. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
No flags.
56 yards on one play. He ran a little curl over on the right side, and Randall Bell caught it with plenty of open space, got to the near side, and outran everybody to the end zone, and the Grizzlies make it look easy.
Well, we were overdue for a one-play drive.
That right there, by the way, is a Carlson connection. Stephanie Carlson, J.P. Wygan and Associates. If you're in the market to buy or sell your next home, Stephanie Carlson, J.P. Wygan and Associations, she is your person. Saunders' extra point is good. 4:52 to go. Second quarter, Grizzlies 35, South nothing. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford. Well, there's one.
28 points in this quarter.
There's one score.
There's one, yeah. Plenty of time for another.
The soothsayer.
I'm still laughing at the beaver in the dam.
May's 21-7 now in the second quarter.
21-7. Thank you. That was pretty good. What do you do? Braden Saunders had a busy second quarter. Grizzlies have scored 4 touchdowns here in the second stanza, and they lead 35-0, and he kicks it off, and this time it's going to be Damian Beaver who returns it. Started right, moves left, cuts across the middle of the field between the hashes for a nice return out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Pretty good run right there. And how about Randall Bell on special teams right after that touchdown reception of over 50 yards? He's on special teams and makes the tackle.
He made a great tackle, too.
So South will have it 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. 4:43 to go. Second quarter, Grizzlies 35, South nothing. Here comes TJ Neal out of the shotgun. 4 receivers for South, 2 to each side as they scrimmage from a right to left. He'll roll to the right, then quickly stop and throw. Short of the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Kirkhart, the intended receiver, but to no avail, and the clock stops 2nd and 10.
Neal was pressured in the backfield and pressured into making that bad throw.
Almost looked like a run-pass option as he bolted out to the right and then stopped on a dime, but the throw was low. 2nd down and 10 for South. Shotgun again. This time the Titans send out 3 receivers with a slot on the right side. Neal will throw it right side, pass caught, 46-yard line, but right there to make the stop nicely was Derek Robinson, and the pickup will be about a 5-yard pickup. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Time for the defense to hold again.
South picked up a 1st down on their last drive on the first play of the drive, then went 3 and out after that. Here, their 3rd play of the drive, they need 4 yards to move the sticks. Shotgun for Neal, hands it off up the middle. Nothing doing. A bunch in blue and white were there. That'll bring up 4th down.
Another great tackle by Isaiah Fawcett. He was just all over the runner as soon as he got the ball.
And I think Trey Birch was also in on that stop to help him as well. So it's 4th down, and indeed, South will punt the football away. So the Titans to punt it. It's Neal getting this one away, and it's going to bounce at the 35-yard line and then get down at about the 37-yard line. So the Grizzlies will have the football with good field position. 3:21 to go, second quarter, 35-0 Northwest with a lead after a 25-yard punt by TJ Neal, and here come the Grizzlies. So Jeremiah Moore will move out of the shotgun. 3:21 to go in the quarter, and the Grizzlies also have all 3 of their timeouts left. So 3:21 with all of your timeouts is an eternity for Northwest. And the Grizzlies will send one man into the backfield this time behind Jeremiah Moore. That's L.J. Phillips. Michael Lopez is in motion from left to right. He's out of the slot. Jeremiah Moore back deep, drop throws on the run, throws deep down the far side, and well out of bounds. And Michael Lopez says hello to his head coach as he bumps into him over on the far sideline.
I think the head coach won that one.
He will every time. 21-7 Mays over Derby right now, presumably in the second quarter. How about that? If that holds up, that will be the shocker of the night in the state. 2nd and 10 here. Grizzlies from their own 37-yard line. Jeremiah Moore with one running back and 4 receivers, but he'll hand it off to L.J. Phillips, the running back, who's across the 40, then dragging defenders, breaking tackles, 45, 47, still moving the pile, all the way into South territory at about the 49-yard line. He was hit about 12 to 15 yards earlier, Kevin, broke out of a would-be tackler who he dragged for a few yards and then carried a few more with him after that.
He carried 6 guys with him for 5 yards.
They'll say forward progress stopped at the 50, but that's a Grizzly first down. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun, deep drop, throws across the middle. He's got a man, pass caught 35-yard line, down to the 25, then the ball is fumbled, and it's going to be out of bounds, Northwest with a football. Oh, a big break there for the Grizzlies. I think the fumbled football trickled out of bounds.
And they are lucky it went out of bounds. The ball popped straight up, or what looked like straight up from up here.
And I think that was either Lopez or Takari Brown. Their 2 and 8 looked a lot alike on their jersey. It was one of those 2 that caught it for a big gain. The Grizzlies 1st and 10, 20 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. 2:40 to go, second quarter. Grizzlies up 35-0. Moore, pistol formation this time as the running back is straight behind him. Now Phillips goes in motion. He's going to run a wheel route, but Jeremiah is going to find Takari Brown. Slant, crossing pattern, goal line, touchdown Grizzlies.
They made that look way too easy.
Well,
Brown ran a great route. Excuse the interruption. He ran a great route, but the ball was thrown like a dart and exactly on target.
Well, and I'll tell you why that worked probably so well, Kevin. L.J. Phillips went out of the backfield as a receiver, ran a little wheel route, and the defense had to pay attention to him. He's a good pass-catching running back, and I think that attention to Phillips drew them away from Takari Brown, who caught the slant for a touchdown. 2:33 to go, second quarter, the new score, Northwest 42, South nothing. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
Do we have time for another one?
Yeah, there's time. It's Grizzlies now have scored 5 touchdowns in the second quarter and lead South 42 to nothing. Excuse me, that's correct. As Braden Saunders kicked off another one that's going to be returned by South out to about the 31-yard line, and that was Marquise Tolfree on the return, brought down by Ben Heidebrecht. Of course, the Grizzlies had a very nice player named Tollfree there last year, J-Ron Tollfree.
They did indeed.
So here comes South now. Can they mount a long drive that ends in points? They've had a couple of nice sustained drives in the first quarter, but nothing to show for it yet. They're being shut out 42-0 late first half.
Done everything but find the end zone.
1st and 10 here. TJ Neal is going to run a play action fake, then throw it down the far side. Got his man there, and it was behind him and incomplete. The receiver, though, adjusted and was so wide open, probably could have been caught, but Asher Wagner could not haul it in. It's incomplete.
Break for the Grizzlies, because that would have been a big gainer for South High.
Wagner broke free. The defense for Northwest reacted to the play action fake, and then Wagner streaked up the far sideline, but again, that throw a little behind him. He had to stop, turn around toward the Grizzly sideline and could not haul it in. A break for Northwest. 2nd and 10 now, South from their own 32. Neal is going to run out of the shotgun, hand it off right up the middle, and there's nothing doing again. The Grizzlies starting to really clog those holes up the middle on the running plays, and Marcus Tollfree had nowhere to go there. It's 3rd down and long.
They're going to have to run it wide in order to gain any yardage at this point. The defensive line and the linebackers just pouring in and right up the middle.
And that's a nice compliment to this Grizzly defense, Kevin, to say that without Darius Diaz in there, their middle linebacker.
Exactly.
One of their top tacklers, but they are doing a good job of clogging up the middle. 3rd and 10 South here from their own 32-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Neal. He's just going to run a straight run around the right side, and he's got some space into the open field. 50, 45, 40. Look at that speed. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, TJ Neal on 3rd and 10 from 68 yards. He takes it to the house, and South is in the end zone.
Great run by Neal. That's all you can say. He outran everybody.
Well, and we talked about the speed we presumed he had because he also plays defensive back, so you know he's not slow, and we could see it there as he ran away from the Grizzly defense for a 68-yard score.
And he set all that up with a fake handoff. Everybody bit on the handoff.
Now South will go for the 2-point conversion. Neal out of the shotgun, 3 receivers, slot on the right as they go for 2. He's going to run the option, spin at the 3, dive at the goal line. He's in for the 2-point conversion. So it's TJ Neal scoring all 8 points for South by himself on a 68-yard run and a 2-point conversion. 1:24 to go, second quarter. Northwest 42, South 8. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford. Well, there's no doubt about it now. They're scoring again. If they held South without points, they might. But
they're at least going to try to score.
They will score.
They probably will. I agree with you.
With 3 timeouts, yeah. Mays 21.
Really, you go over and under on how many plays.
I'm sorry?
Mays 21, Derby 14.
All right.
Derby's got 14, 21-14, second quarter.
Well, the South Titans have found the end zone for the first time tonight, and with 1:24 to go, Kevin, we've talked about this South offense, and TJ Neal, the quarterback, pretty impressive player, and we had seen flashes of it before. We really saw it right there on that 68-yard run.
We did, and they've been moving the ball all night long. Eventually, they were going to find the end zone. It was surprising to me that they had no points at that point.
So the Grizzlies now will receive a kickoff for just the second time tonight. They caught the opening kickoff, and now they'll take one here, and they're going to have this possession with good starting field position because this kick is going to be returned all the way out near the 44-yard line by Michael Lopez.
Lopez did a nice job to get the Grizzlies good field position with only 1:18 on the clock to work with.
Mays 21, Derby 14 now, a second quarter score from Derby. All right, here the Grizzlies are now. 57 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. From our right to left they go, leading 42-8. Grizzlies with all 3 timeouts left and probably a little fired up after watching South score that 68-yard touchdown run. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun, and he's going to hand it off to L.J. Phillips up the middle, burst of speed, And there he goes. 20-10-5 touchdown. Just way too easy. 57 yards for another score.
Davis and Stallings opened up a huge hole. Again, you could drive a truck through that one.
So the Grizzlies indeed respond to the South touchdown, and they now lead 48-8. And here's Sauter for the extra point, which is on its way, and it is good. We'll take the timeout. 49-8, Grizzlies with the lead, 1:09 to go, second quarter. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
Another one-play drive. Well, we called that right.
Yeah.
Actually, you called that. I give credit where credit's due. It was a good call. Steve, if you sign your name to that piece of paper, they'll give you money.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's a bank.
Bring it over here.
It'll take like 3 months to get it.
1:09 left, second quarter, and the Grizzlies make quick work of the South touchdown by having a one-play drive of their own. L.J. Phillips with a touchdown run, and now Braden Sauter kicks this off to Tollfree, who's running right across the 25 out to the 26-yard line, and that's where South will have it, first down and 10.
Originally, the kickoff was fumbled. I thought it might be a busted play, and they'd get him trapped in deep, but he made a nice run after picking up the ball.
So first and 10 for South from their own 27. We'll see what the Titans do here with one timeout and 57 seconds left. Do they go aggressively through the air? That's where they've had some success, but obviously a lot on the ground with Neal keeping it. That's what he's going to do here, and look out. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Breaks out of a tackle at the 30. He's done it again. 73 yards. TJ Neal, he's got over 100 yards rushing in the last two carries combined. He's in the end zone again. Touchdown South. Wow.
The guy's amazing. Yeah, that's all I can say is he's amazing. And I can guarantee you, Mark Marinelli's going to have a few choice words at halftime.
Defensive coordinator for the Grizzlies can be none too happy about that, although credit Neal for that speed and just deciding what the heck. It worked well last time. I'm going to try it again, this time around the left side of the line, and he took that one to the house as well. So 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Grizzlies have watched South score two quick touchdowns, and now South will go for two again. Neal out of the shotgun. He's going to throw a pass on an out pattern into the flat, and it's incomplete.
I don't know if Morford got a hand on it or not. He reached his hand out as the ball was coming in his direction. I don't know if he deflected it or if it was just a poorly thrown pass.
I'll tell you what, we've talked about Neal's speed. Maybe that first two-point conversion was as impressive as the speed. Remember, he spun out of a tackle, and just the nimbleness and the quickness he used, and then diving across the line. So it's not just speed. He's got some pretty nimble feet as well.
He does. He's played a good first half, no question about it.
All right. There's too much time on the clock for Northwest, though.
42 seconds is an eternity for this team.
With three timeouts. Yep. And again, I think that this team really gets a little bit perturbed when they watch an offense score and score that easily. So Steve Martin has probably instructed the troops to go answer that. Northwest leading 49-14, 42 seconds left, but let's see. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be to Lopez. He's going to catch it about the 25, and he's going to go right up the gut across the 35, 40, 45. Well, they'll say the 44, but still, that's great starting field position for the Grizzlies. 36 seconds left, all three of their timeouts, and they are 56 yards away from the Stroud's end zone, first and 10. There's a marker down at the far end of the field where you might see a hold, though, so hold everything.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are moving back.
Here comes the call.
This is just going to pad.
Holding number 13 of the return team, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It is first down.
How about Sincere Thompson getting in on special teams and grabbing some cloth? So Thompson guilty of the hold.
That might change a few things now that the ball's back on the 27.
Now they might try a pass first. That's maybe all that it changes. First and 10 Grizzlies from their own 27. From a right to left, Northwest leading 49-14. Let's see what they do. 36 seconds left and 3 timeouts. Jeremiah Moore is out of the shotgun, directs a little traffic behind him as he waits for the snap and claps his hands together, and he's got the snap, and he will throw over on the right side. Another hook and lateral. Brown tosses it to L.J. Phillips, dragged down at the 49-yard line. That'll move the chains. That's a Grizzly first down.
Well, you were right about the play call being a pass, and that hook and lateral worked so well last week.
First and 10 Grizzlies, clock running, 25 seconds left. Jeremiah Moore, shotgun, drops the snap, and then a flag was thrown as the ball was snapped, and so this looks like it's going to go against Northwest.
I don't know, maybe too many men on South.
Oh, I assumed it was a motion penalty, but you could be right. Jacob Lamb was also slow to get up.
Legal substitution.
Yeah, too many men.
5 yards from the previous spot. It is first down.
Player running off the field didn't get off before the snap.
So the Grizzlies have only run one play, but they're already into South territory now. At the 47 of South as Jeremiah Moore drops back out of the shotgun. A lot of time. Throws deep down the field. Got a man there. Randall Bell overthrown. Incomplete.
Randall Bell inside the 20 when the ball got there. Just ball wasn't close enough to him.
Had a couple steps on Asher Wagner, but Jeremiah overshot him, and the clock stops with 14 seconds left in the quarter.
Second and 5 from the 48-yard
Wouldn't mind seeing Braden Sauter get a chance at a field goal here just to work that out. You might need a 3-point field goal sometime in the playoffs. On second and 10, the Grizzlies are going to run it. Jeremiah Moore, zone read, keeps it inside the 45, spun around at the 43 with 6 seconds left, and Steve Martin will indeed use a timeout. So with 6 seconds left,
Timeout. Northwest.
49-14, the Grizzlies are obviously not right now in the mode of let's just take this to the locker room. They are looking to score. And what does Northwest do here?
They're going to run some kind of a pass play, maybe send everybody. Pardon me a moment.
I almost see, I
Sorry about that.
call me crazy, I almost see a draw play to L.J. Phillips again.
Well, you could do that.
Send out a bunch of receivers wide, spread the field,
and then draw a play.
and then shoot him
Yeah,
up
you
the
might be
gut
right.
from 43 yards. He's back there. He's behind Jeremiah Moore. And indeed, the Grizzlies will send out 4 receivers, 3 of them to the near side. It's third down and a yard, but there are only 6 seconds left in the quarter, and the Grizzlies are 43 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Stroud's the best pan-fried chicken in the state of Kansas. Let's see what they do.
If you're right 3 times in 1 quarter, I'll buy you dinner.
All right, Moore shotgun. Phillips behind him. Possibly the last play of the half, and it's going to be Moore on a little end around. He's going to hand it off to Michael Lopez, who's got blockers in room. 25-20, then slips down at the 18-yard line. Well, they did do a running play. It was not a draw, and it was pretty, but it did not get to the end zone, although it was fun to watch. Lopez slipped down.
It was fun to watch.
Inside the 20. It was a fun first half if you're a Grizzly fan, as now we take it to our Hog Wild Pit Barbecue halftime show. With the score, the Northwest Grizzlies 49, the South Titans 14. You're listening to Grizzly Football, and it's presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
Banter Automotive is now open at Central and Mays. Come by or shop online and browse our inventory of quality pre-owned vehicles, cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have them all. Banter Automotive Group, now open at our new location just east of Central and Mays.
thank you.
And
They
you get
love their customers, and they really appreciate their customers.
Well, we appreciate their sponsorship of our halftime show of Grizzly football all season long. Speaking of sponsorship, we also appreciate our friend Keith Dome at Central Auto Repair and Electric, 975 Northwest Street, where you can leave your keys with them while they work on your car and give you a ride where you need to go. Central Auto Repair and Electric, and they sponsor our keys, coincidentally enough, to the second half. So, brought to you by Central Auto Repair and Electric. Here are Kevin's keys to the second half.
For South High, keep doing what you're doing, because what they're doing has been working. They've been moving the ball, they've been accumulating yardage, and they, on a couple of big plays, they have some points. They need something to build on. That's what they're going to build on. On the flip side of that coin, for Northwest, clean up turnovers. No more turnovers this game, please. And defense, got to stop the big play. Got to stop the big play.
And that's something that hit Northwest last week. The only touchdown that Southeast scored was in the first quarter, a very big play. I believe 81 yards.
Something like that.
91 yards,
Yeah.
a touchdown pass that Southeast threw to start the game. So it'll be interesting to see what shakes out. All right, thanks to Central Auto Repair and Electric, 975 Northwest Street, for sponsoring our keys to the game and Kevin's keys to the second half. I want to thank some of our other fine sponsors who help bring you Grizzly football on radio and YouTube for that matter. They include Banter Automotive at the corner of Central and Mays, the home of the $40 oil change. Banner Automotive, proud sponsors of Grizzly Athletics. Our second half kickoff is upcoming, and it's brought to you by Jensen Chiropractic. Susan Jensen, chiropractor, Kevin. She does sports physicals for just $20.
And you know, sports physicals are so essential at the high school level. You cannot even practice in a sport unless your physical is on file. And, you know, for a lot of parents, with all the expenses they have, sports physicals can be an extra headache. And $20, great deal.
You know where Ziggy's Pizza is across from Northwest High School? Well, Susan Jensen is just a couple doors down from them to the north, so stop by, let her know that you heard about her on Grizzly football broadcasts, whether on YouTube or radio. Jensen Chiropractic. We haven't mentioned our friend Jose Garcia yet. 21st Avenue Barbershop, Kevin. Haircuts for just $10. You can't beat that price.
You cannot beat a $10 haircut anywhere.
No, sir. 21st Avenue Barbershop, Jose Garcia. Ask for Jose, though. There are a few other barbers there, but Jose said, hey, I want to be on Grizzly Radio. Talk to Jose Garcia, 21st Avenue Barbershop. $10 haircuts just mentioned. You heard about it on Grizzly Football.
And I did put my name in the hat for a discount.
There you go. All right. Good to know.
Since I'm follically impaired.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck indeed.
Pizza Ranch, you can actually have their award-winning fried chicken delivered to your door, or you can have it on the buffet. They're also at 21st and Tyler. That's a busy place for our sponsors, Pizza Ranch, Hog Wild, and
a lot of good places to eat on that corner.
Well, and the barbershop as well.
And the barbershop.
But thanks to Donnie Bean and the folks at Pizza Ranch, 21st and Tyler, they've got award-winning roasted chicken, Donnie tells us, and you can again have that delivered to your door. Just give them a call. Thanks to them for the sponsorship of Grizzly football. We're about ready to go. Grizzlies had the opening coin toss kicked to them, the opening kickoff, I should say. So they will kick off in the second half. Your second half kickoff again brought to you by Jensen Chiropractic, home of the $20 sports physical. Ask for Susan Jensen at Jensen Chiropractic. Sports physicals, just $20. All right, here we go. Ready now for half number 2. And it'll be the South Titans who will have the football first. And Braden Sauter, who had a very busy first half, will kick it off here in the second half. No wind at all. The flag over in the west end zone to our right is absolutely limp on the pole. So there is no wind here in the second half.
Beautiful autumn evening here in Wichita.
Doesn't get much better. Short kick, and it's muffed, and the ball is bouncing around on the turf, and I think one of the Titans fell on it at the 26-yard line. They did. As the Grizzlies, again, trying a little razzle-dazzle with that kickoff, but it was fallen on by Ivan Teal. And it'll be 1st and 10 for South at their own 27-yard line.
South High almost had disaster on their hands.
With Braden Sauter, though, he has about 13 different ways he can kick it to you. The high short one.
Yes.
The low line drive.
Yes.
That was more of a skipping squib that took the funny bounce. And then Earlier tonight, for the first time we think all year, he just booted one through the end zone.
And with no wind now, the field is going to get damp in a hurry.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for South from their own 27-yard line. First play, third quarter, Northwest leading 49-14. Whistles before the snap, so a timeout's called. That's the second time tonight on the first play of a series. South has to call a timeout.
Wow. Something wrong there. Somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they only had 10. They only had 10 minutes.
And that's the second reason. Well, they did get the timeout before the penalty. Okay.
Right.
Earlier in the game, we also saw them call a timeout for 10 men on the field. But then, in addition to that, the first play of a series, they had a penalty for delay of game. Some of the bugs that you want to work out.
Those are the kinds of things this late in the season, those should not be happening.
Russ Wells can be none too happy with that, the head coach here at North. All right, so the Titans break out of the huddle. Rare in Wichita to see a evening like this with absolutely no breeze at all, but that's what we've been given here tonight.
Gorgeous night.
1st and 10 from their own 27. Out of the shotgun is Neal, and he's going to run a little end around and hand it off to a back coming the other way. That's Damian Beaver in the backfield, but he was dropped in the backfield. The Grizzlies read that end around well. It was more like a reverse almost, and Trey Birch tripped him up.
Trey did a nice job of getting into the backfield.
Trey is hurt, Kevin. He's limping off the field.
I see that. Yes, he's walking off under his own power, but I think he tweaked a knee or something. He's kind of hobbling.
Grizzlies already with their starting middle line, without their starting middle linebacker, Darius Diaz. And now Trey Birch, their nose tackle, is out of the game. In the meantime, 2nd down and 13 for South from their own 24-yard line. Neal, play action fake, throws out to the near side. He's got Cameron Wade, and Wade dashes forward to the 29. He'll pick up 5, but that'll bring up 3rd down and long. Stop made for the Grizzlies by Dontrell Harris. So 3rd down and 8. Harris.
Good one-on-one tackle by Harris on that play.
Team high 4 interceptions for Dontrell on the season. Had one returned toward the end of the first half last week. Nearly broke it for a long touchdown on a pick 6. Made the tackle there. 3rd and 8 for South from their own 29-yard line. Neal out of the shotgun. Made it look like he was going to run, then drops back and throws one deep down the near side, overthrown and incomplete. Intended for Beaver again, but pretty good coverage, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Dontrell Harris, excellent coverage on the play. The throw would have had to have been absolutely perfect to have been caught.
It's been fun to watch this Grizzly defense mature throughout the season, Kevin. We talked about many times how young they are, and we're still seeing signs of it here tonight. But Harris is only a junior. He's done a nice job. Ben Heidebrecht, amongst team leaders in tackles, moved over to safety, done a great job there. Jeremiah Harris starts at the corner. He's only a sophomore as Neal gets the punt away, and this one is going to bounce, and it's going to bounce to Derek Robinson at about the 38-yard line. He'll surge forward across the 50 into South territory to the 48-yard line.
Good field position for the Grizzlies for their first drive of the second half.
48 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Stroud's sponsoring Grizzly football, best pan-fried chicken in the state of Kansas. Stop by and see Kevin and the staff at Stroud's Family Restaurant on North Hillside. Here come the Grizzlies, 1st and 10 from the 48 of South. Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun. 2 receivers, and he's going to instead hand it off on a handoff to L.J. Phillips, who goes around the left side and again breaks out of 2, 3 tackles, maybe 4, then squirts free. 35, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 48 yards. L.J. Phillips may have had 20 hands on him on that run, and he scores anyway.
He does score anyway. 4 tackles he broke.
Wow.
Running that ball. He should have been tackled in the backfield.
What a combination of speed and strength. The strength to break away from the tacklers, then the speed to run away from everybody. And LJ is in the end zone again, just one play, And the Grizzlies are in the end zone, and Sauter's extra point is through. 9:57 left third quarter. Grizzlies 56 and South 14. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
3 one-play drives?
Think.
Yeah. So it's been a quick strike offense. That's what I want to say.
Wow. How about Sauter? 8 for 8 extra points.
Yeah. He's had a good night.
They've not all been pretty.
With 2 bad holes.
They go through the uprights.
Well, the Grizzlies with another one-play drive. And once again, it's L.J. Phillips taking it to the house. 48 yards on that touchdown run. Northwest with a 56-14 lead as Braden Sauter kicks this one off. And this is a pretty good return by South. It's going to go out across the 41-yard line. And that was done by Damian Beaver. Well done for him. 1st and 10 for South from a right to left at their own 40.
Special teams unit of South doing a great job here to give them good field position for this drive.
Don't forget, on the opening kickoff of the game, they recovered a fumble by Michael Lopez and ended up penetrating deep into Grizzly territory before turning it over on downs. Grizzly special teams, though, Kevin. Steve Martin's got to be pleased with this.
I would say so, especially after how they were underperforming last week.
Braden Sauter, I was going to say 8 for 8 on extra points, and that's a bit of an issue for the Grizzlies last week, although they did have an injury to their deep snapper in his defense. 1st and 10 here. Neal is going to keep it himself around the left side, and it looks like the Grizzlies made some adjustments on those Neal keepers because he doesn't have far to go before Dontrell Harris chases him out of bounds at the 41, only a 1-yard pickup.
Nice play by Harris to force the play outside.
Almost as if the Grizzlies read that one coming this time, unlike his 2 long runs in the first half. Clock running. Or excuse me, it's not running. 9:44, third quarter. 56-14 Grizzlies with the lead. 2nd down and 9 for South from their own 41-yard line. TJ Neal's out of the shotgun. He's going to do a quick drop and throw quickly to the right side. Pass caught. This one's going to go into Grizzly territory, and that's Cameron Wade, who's going to pick up a Chance Transmissions first down. 10-yard pickup, just enough to move the chains. A couple of Grizzlies were there on the stop.
Tucker Ross made a nice stop on that play.
Tucker getting into the act tonight with some of the injuries to these Grizzly defenders. 1st down and 10 from the Grizzly 49. Out of the shotgun is TJ Neal. He's going to dump one over on the left side. Pass is going to be caught, and this one's not going to go too far. Well defended Dontrell Harris right there on the receiver. That will be a gain of about 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. It's not a bad first down play, though, Kevin. You dump it off for 4 on first down.
They've been doing that all night, getting 3, 4, 5 yards on first down each series.
Once again, not a bad offense at all for South. They've only got 2 touchdowns, but they have moved the ball well tonight. They don't hear a handoff. Inside handoff is only going to net a couple of yards to the 46-yard line. Actually, I beg your pardon, that's going to be a loss of a yard as the line of scrimmage was the 45. Caden Ross on the stop. So 3rd down and 7 for South. Clock at 8:18, third quarter. Hayes and the Grizzlies next week. We'll have that for you at ESPN Wichita 92.3 and on YouTube, of course, for those of you watching. Hope you're enjoying this one with the Grizzlies leading by 42 points. Out of the shotgun is TJ Neal. He's got 3 receivers, slots on the right. He's going to run the option, then toss a little shovel pass back toward the middle of the formation. That one doesn't go far because the Grizzlies read it well. And that will be Caden Ross.
Caden stayed home. He stayed home and was there to make the tackle. The runner ran into him.
Romello Golston is the player, by the way, that's come in for Trey Birch. We mentioned Birch left a while back, and it's Golston that has come in his place. In the meantime, it's 4th down and 5. South is going to have to punt, and T.J. Neal does just that, the punter for South. He gets a good bounce on this one, and it's going to be dropped dead at the 5-yard line of Northwest. A 39-yard punt, but very effective, downed at the Grizzly 5.
Good coverage on special teams that time by the Titans.
7:19 left third quarter. Grizzlies 56 and South 14. So the Grizzlies 95 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. And let's just see if they score, how quickly it happens here.
It's been a quick strike offense all night long.
Jeremiah Moore out of the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left. He's going to hand it off to L.J. Phillips. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Stays on his feet around the left side of the 10. And he's dropped right there. He'll pick up 5. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, and that 5 is a big 5 yards to give him some breathing room.
And once again, a Grizzly running back breaking tackles. 2nd and 5 here. Moore is going to hand it off, and this time it's going to be Phillips, and Phillips started right, now comes back toward the middle of the field. He's across the 15 and down at the 16-yard line. Actually, that's Thompson. I beg your pardon, but the chains will move.
He got just what he needed to move the chains.
Which was 6 yards. 1st and 10 Grizzlies from the 16 of South. This is going to be an end around to Michael Lopez dancing around. Surges forward. He's across the 20 to the 21. That'll be a nice pickup on 1st down, as that will be a gain of about 7 yards.
They run that play a couple times tonight very effectively.
2nd down. Well, we'll call it 5, as they say he was down at about the 23. This is going to be Moore keeping it himself, and he's going to get stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, a rare 1-yard gain for Jeremiah Moore. It's 3rd down.
I think he would have been better off to have pitched that instead of deciding to keep it.
Line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line, 3rd down and 2 for the Grizzlies. Moore, shotgun. Thompson behind him, man in motion from right to left. This will be a handoff up the middle, though, to Thompson, and Sincere Thompson's got the 1st down, plowing his way across the 30, dragging a defender with him to the 34. The chains will move, a gain of 10.
Sincere Thompson was not going to be denied on that play. He just kept on pushing.
Grizzlies offense is doing the same. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Moore, shotgun, play action fake. Deep drop, throws down the middle of the field, and he's got a man, but it's overthrown and incomplete. Oh, he had Lopez open at about the 33-yard line of South, but he overshot him.
Lopez catches that ball. It's 33 yards for a score. No one was near him.
Jeremiah overshot him by just a little bit. Might have been surprised at how open Michael was. And Lopez goes back to the slot on the right side again. 2nd down and 10. Moore fakes a toss right, then runs left, stutter steps at about the 45, then turns on the afterburners forward for a 1st down to the 45-yard line. That'll move the chains. There's a Grizzly 1st down, a gain of 11.
This is a drive that resembles the South High Titans drives, moving 5-6 yards per play.
Started at their own 5-yard line. They've moved 40 yards so far. End around jet sweep here. Hand off to Lopez inside the 50 down to the 45-yard line. There's another 10-yard gain. He goes from 145 to the other, and the chains will move. Stroud's 1st down for the Grizzlies. Handoff now up the middle. This is going to be a nice running play on a big hole, and another 1st down. They're getting chunks of 11 now. That time it was Thompson again.
Chain gang is getting tired resetting after every play.
It was chunks of 5 and 6, like you said, Kevin. Now they're 10 and 11-yard runs.
Yes, they are.
1st and 10 here. Jeremiah Moore back, throws toward the middle of the field. Randall Bell is there juggling it. It's incomplete. Oh, it was right in the breadbasket, dangerously close. Bell was, though, to juggling it into the hands of a South defender.
T.J. Neal almost picked that one off. He had it, bobbled it in both hands before it hit the ground.
As if he hasn't had a busy enough night tonight.
Really? Good play by Neal.
2nd and 10 Grizzlies from the 34 of South. Moore is going to hand it off. Thompson around the left side, then peels back toward the middle, and he's going to get spilled after a gain of about 5 yards at the 29. Sincere Thompson getting all the carries on this drive. L.J. Phillips taking a much-deserved rest, one would presume.
Just tired.
Yeah. Second down and 5 from the 29. Moore, handoff this time to Thompson coming right. Oh, and he swarmed under. There's a nice defensive play by the South defense. In there in a heartbeat was Diallo Watson. 190-pound senior made a nice stop, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. Still Moore out of the shotgun with Thompson in the backfield, but right now the Grizzlies are all looking over to the sideline for the play on 3rd down and 6.
I think they're showing it's 4th down.
Moore's out of the gun, and he's back. Steps up into the pocket. Now he's hit, and down he goes. A sack by the South Titan defense. That was well defended. And Jeremiah Moore goes down, and there's an injured South Titan on the player. And the Grizzlies are coming off.
Damian Beaver is grabbing his right leg, and he's up. Now he's running it off. He may have had a cramp.
You're right, Kevin. That was 4th down. So the Grizzlies turn it over on downs on 4th down and 6. They could not convert. So I beg your pardon, it is a turnover on downs.
First time Grizzlies have turned the ball over on downs in quite some time.
Boy, and they move so fast, sometimes it's hard to keep up with the down and distance for these Grizzlies.
It is. Well, the chain gang was moving on every play.
They're getting their exercise tonight.
Yeah.
3:25 to go 3rd quarter. Grizzlies turn it over on downs. Northwest leading 56-14. So here comes the South offense now onto the field. And TJ Neal, their quarterback, is out of the shotgun. He's going to get the snap. Roll right, throw right, pass caught, short pass, but a nice catch and run out to about the 48-yard line. There's an 11-yard pickup, and again, it's Cameron Wade on the reception.
And the sticks move now for South High.
You know, they don't just throw it deep and gash you, but the steady diet of nice short passes.
Well, that's their game plan.
And they do it well. 3-minute mark, 3rd quarter. 56-14 Northwest, but a chance transmissions. 1st down for South there. TJ Neal's out of the shotgun, back, lobs one down the near side, has a man there, and it's incomplete, and here comes the
flags.
And they're going to get Derek Robinson for pass interference. He tried to cut in front of the receiver, and I thought he did a pretty good job, but the receiver stopped and jumped into Moore, it looked like, or Robinson, it looked like, and here comes the flag. So the penalty, we'll move it up. Here's the call.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. 15 yards from the previous spot. Results in a 1st down.
That'll move it up to the 37-yard line of Northwest. Another chance transmissions. 1st down for the South Titans. 1st and 10 from the Grizzly 37. Shotgun for TJ Neal. He's back. He's going to throw here. And it might have been deflected. It was well short of the intended receiver. And it looked like it might have been tipped at the line. Cameron Wade, the intended receiver.
Yeah, it bounced twice before it got to Wade. So I would assume it was tipped as well.
So 2nd down and 10 now for South. Scrimmaging from our right to left on the far hash. Out of the shotgun goes TJ Neal. He'll send out 4 receivers, 3 of them out to the near side. He's got the shotgun snap, and he's going to keep it himself right up the middle, dancing out to his left now, escapes a couple of tackles. He's inside the 25, inside the 20, and Ben Heidebrecht finally brings him down near the 11-yard line. That'll be a 26-yard run by TJ Neal, dancing his way to a 1st down.
3 guys missed him. That should have been a 4-yard gain at most.
Chance Transmissions sponsors your South Titans 1st downs tonight. Stop by, see Dave and the folks at Chance Transmissions, 6300 block of South Seneca. That's a 1st down that makes it 1st and 10 from the Grizzly 11-yard line. TJ Neal out of the shotgun, rolling out to the right, wants to throw this time, does out to the right side. Incomplete, broken up by Heidebrecht.
Heidebrecht made a great play coming over the guy's back, sticking his right arm out without interfering.
Cameron Wade was the intended receiver, and Heidebrecht reached around and made a nice play. It's 2nd down. 56-14, Northwest with the lead. 2.5 to go third quarter. Out of the shotgun is T.J. Neal. 4 receivers, 3 of them this time out to the right side as Neal turns back and looks over for the play. Running back is to his right. That's Toll-Free as Neal is going to hand it to Toll-Free right up the middle, and he's stacked up and dragged down. Boy, the Grizzlies were there, not fooled on that draw play, and that'll bring up third down now.
Jerome Reagan, nice tackle, one-on-one.
So it'll be third down and 8 from the 9-yard line. So the line to gain is the 1. As Neal moves back out of the shotgun.
4-down territory.
Toll-Free to his left. Neal, design quarterback draw. He's going to make a step at the 5, cut back to his left at the goal line. He's there, touchdown. He's got all 3 touchdowns tonight because T.J. Neal, the quarterback, rushing for South.
Wow, great run by T.J. Neal.
Looked a lot like a Jeremiah Moore quarterback draw.
It did.
He hesitated, started right, and then cut back to the left and easily danced across the goal line. It's 56-20.
And they're going for 2 again.
They've tried that all 3 touchdowns tonight. They've gone for 2. They're 1 for 2 tonight. Can they make it 2 for 3? Neal swing pass Toll-Free. He's got it. Dances in easily. 2-point conversion for South. So with 1:51 left in the third quarter, the new score is Northwest 56, South 22. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. You know, with that plugged into the box, we've had no dropout tonight.
I've noticed that. We need to remember that. That's a good idea. Good idea on your part.
Well, it was Jason's when we weren't connecting.
You've been on a roll tonight.
Well, it was Jason's idea when we were having technical issues.
Oh, really?
He said try that.
It was good.
Northwest 56, T.J. Neal 22. As the quarterback for South has rushed for all 3 of their touchdowns, and he also rushed for a 2-point conversion and threw for a 2-point conversion right there. He literally has had his hands on the football for every scoring play they've made tonight.
No question about it. He's had a great night.
Great player. Grizzlies up, though, by 34 points.
He's got 200 yards rushing.
Low line drive squib kick here, fallen on at the 35-yard line by Randall Bell. So the Grizzlies will have it 65 yards away from the Stroud's end zone with 1:51 left in the third quarter. Northwest 56, South 22.
Pretty good field position for Northwest to start this drive.
Let's see if the Grizzlies can get some offensive momentum going now after they turned it over on downs last drive and watch South score a touchdown. But first, we've got motion on the line. This is going to be on Northwest. And that was Alex Herrera who jumped early.
Jeremiah Moore tried a hard count, fooled his own team.
Number 72, offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. It is first down.
You've not seen the Grizzlies this season do that much. Not many false starts on this offensive unit.
Very defensively, or very disciplined is what I want to say, offensive unit.
So it's 1st and 15. Moore, shotgun back, throws to the near side. Receiver screen, Michael Lopez. He's got some space across the 40, 45, out near midfield. Into South territory he goes to the 47-yard line. A Grizzly first down. 22 yards on the pickup.
Beautiful play and beautiful run by Lopez after the catch.
1st and 10 Grizzlies from the 47. Moore, shotgun snap, play action fake, throws right side, nearly intercepted. Oh, a dangerous pass into traffic. Lopez, the intended receiver, but it was nearly thrown to a red jersey.
Almost a pick 6 out of that.
Was that T.J. Neal that was there?
It was T.J. Neal on the play.
Guy does it all. One of the reasons also, Kevin, I think you don't see many false starts on the Grizzlies is because once the linemen go down for the snap, the ball is snapped in a hurry. There is not a long count by Jeremiah Moore.
That is true.
He's going to run the option here, and he's going to keep it and get stacked up. On 2nd down and 10 from the South 47, Jeremiah Moore only gains a yard, and it's 3rd and long. Ross Robinson on the stop for South. That's actually Jace Glasper in at quarterback for Northwest. I beg your pardon. So Glasper is in at quarterback for the Grizzlies. He was the one carrying the football there on 3rd down and 9, and now...
You got the hard count that time.
So they'll move it forward 5 yards. I see Jeremiah Moore on the sideline without his helmet, with his hands in his pockets at the 49-yard line.
Wonder if he's done for the night.
5 yards from the previous spot. It is 3rd down.
This is not normally when Steve Martin would bring starters out. But Glasper, the backup quarterback, is in. In fact, all of the other players in the game for Northwest are starters. So only the quarterback, Moore, is out of the game as a starter for Northwest. Hopefully Jeremiah is okay. After the penalty, 3rd down and 4 for the Grizzlies. Glasper back, shotgun, throws a quick slant, incomplete.
Decision time now for Northwest.
I think Steve Martin's going to go for it because you're in plus territory. You only need 4 yards, and it gives the sophomore quarterback a good opportunity to try to execute a 4th down and 4 play.
Look for L.J. Phillips to be carrying the ball here.
Glasper out of the shotgun. He's got Phillips and Thompson behind him. He'll hand it off to Sincere Thompson around the left side. He's got the 1st down inside the 35, inside the 30, and tripped up at the 29-yard line. Well, they needed 4, and they picked up 12. That's a Grizzly 1st down.
Obviously, I haven't been right much tonight, but a great run by Sincere Thompson.
29 yards away from the Stroud's end zone of the Grizzlies. Hand off Thompson again up the middle, and he's inside the 15, barrels his way to the 21, and that'll be a gain of 8, 2nd down. Clock under 20 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Grizzlies leading 56-22. Northwest on the move. 2nd down and a yard here. This will be another handoff up the middle. There'll be a 1st down. And that was Thompson again. Down to the 17-yard line, a gain of 4. Might be the last play of the 3rd quarter. The clock is running at 3 and 2.
That will be.
Well, the clock is, I thought it had stopped. Now it's running, and there we are. Into the 3rd quarter. So the Grizzlies have their backup quarterback in the game. Can Jace Glasper find pay dirt here for the Grizzlies? As we go to the 4th, the score, Northwest 56, South 22. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
What's wrong with that thing?
So the clock, the timer will get stuck. So you can watch it on here and it'll say like...
Oh, it's right here, but it's not
there. It won't, it won't take down.
You seen the Derby score?
What is it?
Oh, I'm asking if he saw it. Well, to the 4th quarter we go. Good news, the Northwest Grizzlies have scored 56 points tonight. Bad news, their defense has shown some vulnerability again tonight. It's 56-22. In the meantime, over in Derby, it's 21 apiece. 3rd quarter, Derby and Mays tied at 21.
Pretty good ball game over there.
All right. Here it's going to be 1st down and 10 Grizzlies, 17 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. Northwest from our right to left here in the 4th quarter. Jace Glasper's the quarterback, out of the shotgun, drops back, throws a fade to the back line of the end zone. He's got Brown there, and it's incomplete. Takari Brown nearly made his 2nd miraculous catch of the night. In the
Good effort.
In the first half, he was diving along the sideline on a fade and nearly made a great catch there. Tried to straddle the back line of the end zone, but the pass just a tad overthrown. 2nd down and 10. Glasper out of the shotgun, hands it off to Sincere Thompson, coming left, tripped up inside the 10, down to the 10-yard line, they'll say. I thought he got the 9, but down at the 10. That'll be a gain, though, of 7 to bring up 3rd down. Has L.J. Phillips carried it once in the 2nd half? I think it's been all Thompson.
It has been.
3rd down and 3, and right on cue, here's Phillips. End around, right side, dances out of a tackle to the 5, to the goal line, touchdown. L.J. Phillips from 10 yards out, and the Grizzlies are in the end zone again.
You must have telegraphed that down there.
He lined up on the left side of Glasper and then took the inside handoff to the right. And there was a huge hole between right tackle and right guard, and Phillips, an easy trot to the end zone. Now Braden Sauter after a low snap, but it's held on to well. Sauter gets the point through, and that was Glasper on the hold as well. Jeremiah Moore, the normal holder, will take the timeout. 11.5 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies 63, South 22. This is Grizzly football presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
I don't see Moore on the sideline.
Earlier he was around the 50-yard line.
There he is.
Well, the Grizzlies tack on 7 more, thanks in part to the help of their sophomore backup quarterback, Jace Glasper, although it was L.J. Phillips carrying the football that got the Grizzlies across the goal line for the 9th time tonight. 63-22 Northwest with the lead, 11.5 to go, fourth quarter. And again, Glasper the only offensive backup in the game for Northwest. The Grizzlies also have all of their starting defensive players in the game, at least those that are healthy and started the game tonight. So hopefully Jeremiah is okay.
He seems to be okay on the sideline. He's watching the game, hands in pockets. And
1st and 10 for South. And Neal is going to run an option toss out to the right side. And this is going to be a nice run for Tollfree. Had a defender dragging with him to about the 37-yard line. And that was Derek Robinson that was dragged for a few yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Derek held on to that jersey for dear life.
He did indeed.
Remember back in the day they didn't have the breakaway jerseys and those things would just rip off?
Those they were tear-away jerseys.
Yeah. Earl Campbell comes to mind.
Yeah, it does.
2nd down and a yard from the 38-yard line of South. Shotgun formation here, and a little fake handoff and a throw out to the far side. Pass is going to be caught. That's going to be Cameron Wade across the 40, the 45 on a little slip screen out to the 47-yard line. That'll pick up 9 before Romello Golston is there for the tackle, but that's a chance transmissions. 1st down for South.
That play also could have been stopped in the backfield.
One thing about this South team, we've complimented them on their passing game. They also have a lot of balance. They seemingly are doing, certainly in the second half, about half their damage through the air. Play action fake here, and now Neal is going to step into the pocket and step into traffic and break out of it. And look out, 45-40, then chased out of bounds by Heidebrecht at the 35. That one should have been no gain, though, Kevin. He was dead to rights.
Zach Morford had him in his grasp, and somehow he breaks free and gets a big gainer out of it.
And again, give TJ Neal some credit. He's very nimble of foot, but I think when the Grizzlies look at some of this on film, they're also going to say that defenders did not do a good enough job of wrapping up. 1st down and 10 from the 47 of Northwest. Another chance transmissions, 1st down for South. Neal drops back, throws, right side, threw it down and behind the intended receiver, Cameron Wade.
Dontrell Harris was there on coverage anyway. Would have been a short gain at best.
Clock at 10:02, fourth quarter. Northwest 63, South 22. South breaks out of their huddle. They'll send out 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far as they move from our left to right. Shotgun formation here for TJ Neal. He's got the snap back, rolling, lobs it down the near side, and oh, was that a catch at the 16-yard line? It was. What a one-handed grab. Brendan Kirkhart, the 5'10 senior, went airborne and one-handed that one in for a 1st down.
Beautiful play. No one was going to stop that.
It looked like it was going to be well overthrown, and Kirkhart went up with the right arm extended as far as he could and then hauled it in, falling to the turf at the 26-yard line, and the chains move. 1st and 10 for South. 9:36 to go, fourth quarter. TJ Neal, play action fake, now pump fakes and throws to receiver on the near side, on the far sideline, and it's nearly intercepted, and now it might have been caught, and it was by South. What a catch! After it was nearly intercepted, somehow Calden Neal, I think, made the catch.
Derek Robinson almost had himself a pick.
And I think Neal was thinking the same thing, and the next thing you know, it's in his lap at the 9-yard line for another Chance Transmissions first down.
First and goal.
From the 9-yard line, it's first and goal. Shotgun here for TJ Neal. He's got the snap rolling out to the right, now throws on the run, incomplete, brings up second down. Before that play, let's take a station ID. This is Grizzly football. 8:53 left in the game. 63-22. Grizzlies with the lead. Second down and goal from the 9 for the South Titans. Moving from our left to right. TJ Neal, shotgun, 3 receiver slots to the right. He's got the shotgun snap, back throws across the middle, pass is deflected and knocked away. And that was Heidebrecht in coverage there. Well done by Ben. Pass was intended for Brendan Kirkhart, and it's third down and goal.
Here's a chance for the defense to shine.
Probably 2 opportunities to keep South out of the end zone. Wouldn't it fun to see the offense come onto the field back there with Jace Glasper at the controls and see what the sophomore can do out of the shadow of his own goalpost.
Well, and he's the future of the franchise, so it's good to get him some reps.
Need 2 plays, 2 stops to see that happen, though. TJ Neal, shotgun, quarterback draw, down he goes. He was not getting away that time as one of those Grizzly defenders. I think that was Joel DeFever who got his hands on him and dragged him down at the 10. That's a loss of a yard.
Yeah, nice loss.
Well, DeFever is not a starter, and he is in there now. That was a really nice play there. So it is fourth down and goal as DeFever is now the man in for Trey Birch. So it's fourth and goal from the 10. Shotgun for Neal. He's back. He throws right side, incomplete. Broken up at the 5-yard line, and the Grizzly defense holds. Wade was the intended receiver, but Northwest gets the football back.
2 good plays there on defense in their red zone for the Grizzlies tonight, taking away a potential 14 points.
So here comes Jace Glasper, the backup quarterback for the Grizzlies, sophomore, out there again. Northwest first down and 10, 90 yards away from the Stroud's end zone. And Glasper will run the offense, and he'll hand it off here to L.J. Phillips, who's across the 15, out to the 20-yard line. Good gain for Phillips there. He'll pick up 10. That's a first down. Actually, the Grizzlies have some backup running backs in the game as well. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, that was Gabe Williams that carried the ball that time.
So all backups now in there for the Grizzly offensive unit. And it's first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And now Jace Glasper also will be working more clock. The Grizzlies not going nearly as quickly here in the fourth quarter, up by 41 points. Clock running, 7.5 minutes left, 63-22. Handoff to Williams, trouble on the exchange. He juggled it and then gets dropped at the 20. The bad exchange cost the Grizzlies there. No loss, no gain on the play. It's second and 10.
They're lucky they didn't turn it over.
So second down and 10, the Grizzlies at the 20-yard line. Coming up after the game, we'll have our put it in the bag play of the game, and then our gem of the game, brought to you by Christopher Daniels Watch and Jewelry Repair. Second down and 10, Jace Glasper out of the shotgun, and again, really working the play clock now. It's down to 8 when Glasper gets the shotgun snap. And he's going to hand it off on a running play that once again goes nowhere, as the ball carrier for Northwest that time was Donovan Agee, a junior, and he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up third down and 10. It's not a name I don't think we've called all season long.
I was just going to say that. I don't think we've called his name this year. Good to see some of these kids getting some reps.
We have called Gabe Williams' name fairly far down on the depth chart, but that's the first time for AG. 3rd down and 9, Grizzlies here from their own 21-yard line. Shotgun for Glasper. He's got 2 running backs beside him, and Jace is going to take the shotgun snap and run it himself, and he's not going to get far. Dropped at the 24-yard line. Pretty well defended that time by the South Titans there. And the Grizzlies now face 4th down and long, and their offense still on the field now. Steve Martin's not going to go for it here, is he?
I can't imagine he'd go for it, but the punter is Jeremiah Moore, so what are you going to do?
Maybe a hard count, then a timeout?
Hard count won't get you a first down. They're too far
Well, it'll
away.
make it 4th and 1. Then maybe you go for it.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, now he's dropping back to punt.
So Jace Glasper will punt it away for the Grizzlies at his own 9-yard line. Low line drive kick that does take a good northwest bounce. Hey, Jace is going to like his average right here. It's dropped at the 34-yard line.
He picked up 20 yards on the roll. Not a bad first effort.
So South will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Clock at 5:17, 4th quarter. Grizzlies 63, South 22, as the Grizzlies will turn their sights towards Hayes next Friday night to wrap up the regular season. Then it's playoff time.
That'll be a barn burner next Friday night for sure.
1st and 10 for South. Out of the shotgun, TJ Neal. He's got the snap. He wants to run. Stiff arm at the 34, and then he's dragged out of bounds, out across the 40, out at about the 43-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Jacob King in on the stop. Once again, you see a lot of Grizzly starters still out there, while you saw the offensive backups in on the previous drive. Shades of last week.
Yeah. Defense, still all starters.
2nd down and 2. Shotgun here. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and running back stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, the 42-yard line. A host of Grizzlies were there. And not much doing. That'll bring up 3rd down and short. I think that was Toll-free on the carry for no gain. It's 3rd and 2.
Golston on the tackle that time.
Under 5 minutes left in the game now. Clock is running. 63-22 Grizzlies. Neal with the running back behind him. That's Toll-free again. And he's got 3 receivers. High snap. He hauls it in. Tosses out to Toll-free on the far side. He's got the first down. He's got more into Grizzly territory all the way down to the northwest 45-yard line. A 13-yard pickup. That's a Chance Transmissions first down.
Nice run by South. And again, they're able to move the ball. They've been doing it all night.
So 1st down and 10 for the South Titans, who send out 4 receivers here. TJ Neal rolling out to the right. He wants to throw and does behind the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That was Kirkhart, the intended receiver, at 2nd and 10.
There's no quitting this South High team, that's for sure. They're playing like the game is scoreless.
They've played hard from the beginning. This Grizzly offense at times just too much, but South has some things they can be proud of walking away from this one. Here's a pass out to the near side like this play, a catch by Kirkhart, who breaks out of a tackle. He's inside the 25, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 30 yards and another Chance Transmissions first down.
Derek Robinson missed a tackle and gave him an extra 20 yards.
I think he was also thinking pick 6, as he was just a little bit late there, trying to catch that one and take it the other direction, and that's what sprung the receiver, Kirkhart, free. for a 30-yard gain. First down and 10 for South from the Grizzly 15. 3.5 minutes left in the game. 63-22. Grizzlies with the lead. Shotgun snap. Neal back, rolling out to the right, and throws and ran out of time and just dumped it off incomplete. Hey, we want to thank our friend Jose Garcia for sponsoring Grizzly football on radio. 21st Avenue Barbershop. You can get a $10 haircut. Just mention Jose's name and that you heard about it on Grizzly Radio. $10 haircuts at the 21st Avenue Barbershop at the corner of 21st and Tyler. Jose's a big Grizzly supporter. Kevin, Grizzly alum.
We sure thank him for his support, and yes, he is a Grizzly through and through.
Very proud of Northwest High School. First and 10 here, second and 10, excuse me. Neal throws out to the left side. There were two in red there and one in white, and the one in white was Jeremiah Harris, who broke it up nicely. It's incomplete.
Good defensive play by Harris.
So now it's third down. And the pass actually may have been caught. I think it was for no gain, but it was because of the defense by Harris that kept it from advancing any further. So it was a catch for no gain, third down and 10 for South. This time it's going to be an option, toss right side, and this one's not going anywhere. Great tackle that time by Jacob King again. Hog tackling the running back down. The flag is also down on the turf, though. So we might have a penalty to sort out as well. And King was a little aggressive with that tackle, and I wonder if they might get him for a personal foul, but we'll see.
I can't imagine that he did anything that would qualify for that.
Although South also responded, somebody did, maybe not liking it, so it could have gone that direction. We'll find out. The referee will tell us momentarily. Looks like they are moving it forward, though, towards the goal line.
It's going to be against Northwest.
Waiting for the white hat to give us the signal.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 22, defense.
You're on a roll tonight, Mr. Steve.
Jacob with a tackle. It looked like he
Correction is third down.
picked up the back and kind of a little overly aggressively threw him down to the turf.
How can you have a personal foul and still be third down?
They needed more than 15, I would guess, and it's going to be a shotgun here to Neal. Catches the snap, rolls out to the left side, upended at the 10-yard line. Oh, great job defensively. Jeremiah Harris was there. And a nice play by Harris. Again, Kevin, another sophomore stepping up and making a play.
Made a great play. He's made two good plays in the last three.
2 minutes left in the game, 63-22. Grizzlies with the lead. South is on the move. They are facing a 4th down and 5 here from the 10-yard line. All right, Kevin, if the Grizzlies get the ball back here, do they step on the pedal?
No.
With a backup quarterback trying
No.
to make some things happen?
They'll run clock.
4th down and 5. South going for it from the 10. Neal drops back, throws near side, broken up and nearly intercepted. That was Heidebrecht, and had Ben held on to that one,
That
he'd
was
still
6.
be running.
Yep, that'd be 6 points.
But he broke it up and it's incomplete. Of course, with this Northwest offense, Kevin, is now we get to talk about this Grizzly drive. Their way of keeping their foot on the gas is running the football anyway.
Yeah. So they may get a break that way, but
It's hard to know when they're letting off the gas.
that's true.
Because they're going to run it. Northwest with the football, up 63-22 with 91 seconds left in the game. Jace Glasper, high snap, hauls it in and hands it off. Nowhere to go. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And the
They'll keep
Grizzlies
the
going, I
clock running, though.
think that was Ramon Darnell, a junior, as Steve Martin has now gone way deep on the running back depth chart to carry the football here. 2nd down and 10. Grizzlies will work the play clock again as they really started doing on their last drive. As we are now exactly at the 1-minute mark left in the contest. 63-22, Northwest with the lead. Another quick one tonight, Kevin, will be done by 9:30.
You
How about
bet.
that? 2nd down and 10, Glasper. shotgun. He's going to hand it off. I think that's Darnell again, right up the middle, falling forward to the 14-yard line. Indeed, that was Darnell. Grizzlies may not have to snap it again, as the play clock and the game clock are almost identical. In fact, Northwest does not have to snap it again. Well, I beg your pardon. By about half a second,
they have to
snap it one more time.
He can take a knee.
That's exactly right. He can still take the knee, and by the time the play is over, the game clock will be at 0, and that'll
do it.
That'll be curtains. So Jace Clasper, letting the play clock work down to 3 and 2, takes the snap, handoff up the middle, running play, stopped at the 20, and that'll do it. Grizzlies a 41-point win tonight on the road. The final score, Northwest 63 and the South Titans 22. Now stay tuned for our 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services post-game show. You're listening to Grizzly Football. It's presented by Mel Hambleton Ford.
I'm getting cold.
Gem of the game, the Phillips run up the gut back in the second quarter.
I think that's fine. That works.
And then what about the put it in the bag cleaners?
Put it in the bag. We didn't. We didn't have a pick six or anything like that.
No.
That's a tough one. Who scored the last touchdown?
LJ.
Let's call it that. Let's use that.
Yeah.
Okay, that puts it out of reach for good. That works. You have good taste.
Yes. Heck yeah. Guys, good to see you tonight. Good to see you.
See you, Johnny. Be good. Good to see you.
Good job tonight, you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Good job.
What was the last Derby score you saw?
28-21 Derby late in the third.
Okay, thanks. You kind of knew that was coming. They'll probably win 49-20.
What was the score?
Derby's up 28-21.
No surprise.
In the third. They'll probably win 48-21.
Probably.
Welcome back to Carpenter Stadium, where it's a final. The Northwest Grizzlies have knocked off the South Titans, and the Grizzlies, with the win, now have improved to 5-2 on the season, while South is now 1-6 on the year, as the Grizzlies come away with the victory. They've turned the scoreboard off. What was the final score, Kevin?
The final score was
it 64? 60.
63-22.
Okay. I'm sorry. I drew a blank there.
Yeah, so did I.
60. You know, it's funny because, after a while you forget. I say the score repeatedly, but you're not really focused on it.
We're not paying attention
when
to
the game
scoreboard.
gets out of hand.
Exactly.
63-22. Thank you. This is our 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services post-game show. Our thanks to 4 Points for sponsoring our post-game show. Hey, it's that time of year for your annual enrollment plan for your upcoming Medicare supplement year. Give Chuck Yonce a call. He'll take great care of you. 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services. You can find them on the web. 4 Points Insurance and Financial Services. Well, the Grizzlies did a good job of holding the opponent scoreless in the first quarter, Kevin, something we hadn't seen in a few weeks. It was actually, though, in the second and third quarter when the South Titan offense got going. Too little, too late, but again, in a blowout win, I think Steve Martin and Mark Marinelli have some things they need to go back to the drawing board about defensively.
They do. They gave up 2 big plays in the second quarter each for touchdowns. T.J. Neal he ran rip shot all night long. He just had an amazing game for the South High Titans tonight on the ground.
Tell you what, if some of these guys for South, I realize you could say this a lot probably. If they had another year, though, I think this team could be a lot better than a 1-5 team next season going into the 6th week of the year, the 7th week of the year.
I agree 100%. There is a lot of potential on this team, and I see a building program here at South High. I really do.
63-22, Grizzlies get the victory tonight, though, on the road at South, as Northwest improves now to 6-1 on the season. And we would assume Jeremiah Moore is okay. He was the first starter to come out of the game for Northwest. He was not even in for an extra point holding or to punt the football away, and he's been the only man to punt all season long, but he looked like he was moving around, walking around okay. He has been hit pretty good this season, and perhaps Steve Martin starting to rest him, thinking about next week in the playoffs.
Well, playoffs. I think he's saving him for playoffs. He was not needed during the second half at all, so yeah, why not? Why risk getting him hurt?
How about L.J. Phillips? I mean, the guy gets the football, and he doesn't need much of a hole. In fact, we've seen him carry so many defenders with him. Sometimes he doesn't need a hole at all, but when he has one and he explodes, he just runs away from everybody, and no one is ever going to catch him when he runs like that.
No, not if he gets behind you. If he gets behind the defensive line, they're never going to catch him again. And, there were 2 plays where he carried 5 or 6 players on his back, picking up 5 or 6 additional yards. It's just amazing runner.
Speaking of, I'm sorry, Kevin. Speaking of, he is the recipient of tonight's award for the gem of the game. First of all, brought to you by Christopher Daniels Watch and Jewelry Repair. They're located at Central and Tyler. Stop by and see our friend Christopher Daniels, Grizzly supporter. And our gem of the game was that L.J. Phillips run in the first half where the Grizzlies had the ball at about their own 35-yard line, and it was a draw play right up the middle. The sea parted, and literally there were guys all over the place that had an angle on him, and he just beat them all right between the hashes all the way to the goal line for about a 65-yard run. Beautiful blocking, but beautiful running by L.J.
Absolutely, but all of his runs tonight were beautiful. I mean, he only got stopped for short yardage once or twice all night.
And now it's time for our Put It in the Bag Cleaners play of the game. And, you've got to go right back to L.J. Phillips. Put It in the Bag Cleaners play of the game brought to you by Kansas Vacuum Center, 9330 West Central. Stop by and see Cliff. He's the home of the Vacologist Kansas Vacuum Center. And in the second half, L.J. Phillips didn't carry the ball much at all. In fact, this may have been the only, if memory serves correctly, run he had in the second half all night long, but it was a touchdown run from about the 5-yard line of South after Jace Glasper came into the game. But I thought it was fitting for L.J. to put a seal on it.
That kind of put the final nail in the coffin of South High, if you will. The score so lopsided at that point. The only thing we did not accomplish tonight was the running clock.
Didn't quite get there. The Grizzlies were within 1 score of making that happen, and then South got a second half touchdown and didn't quite get there, but we will be done by 9:30, so you can't...
When both teams run the ball all night long, which is what both teams did tonight, the clock moves all the time, and the game ends quickly.
And so it ends tonight with the final score, Northwest 63 and the South Titans 22. Kevin, we've talked about it for the last couple weeks. Next week we finally get to see it, that intriguing matchup with the West Bracket's number 1 team right now, Hayes, coming into...
I'm looking forward to seeing the Hayes Indians come in and to see what they have to offer.
And hopefully the Grizzlies will be able to manhandle them, get some momentum going into the playoffs. So the regular season finale is next week. Speaking of, don't forget to join us, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. We should be back on the air, 92.3 ESPN Wichita. Of course, we're also on the Northwest Grizzly YouTube channel as well. We do this every week. Kevin and I will be there, so be sure and check us out again. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock, the kickoff. Well, Kevin, my friend, one more note from you.
Just one last note. I want to once again thank the students that were here tonight, Alec Stone and Stephen Villa, for their assistance, and of course their mentor, Shane Monroe, who runs the audiovisual program over at Northwest. Shane did a great job again tonight putting everything together.
Thanks to all of them sacrificing their Friday nights to make this happen for those of you watching on YouTube, and we appreciate their hard work. Also, we appreciate the work of Michael Darcy back at the studios in Kansas City, punching the buttons, making this one possible. Kevin, we'll see you next week.
Be here with bells on.
All right, for Kevin Arkin, Steve Strain saying so long and good night from Carpenter Stadium. Once again, the final score, the Northwest Grizzlies 63 and the South Titans 22. Now from South Wichita, so long, everybody.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Michael. Thank you so
for your
much,
help.
man.